Before we get started, I wanna formally apologize. I didn't know what I was talking about at all in regards to what the different sides of a ship is called. I was wrong.
Were you?
Yeah. And a jackass, and I apologize.
I think the important question is, did Leyland ever find the poop deck? Well, I guess we can resolve that now.
I don't know. He got stabbed pretty hard. I think that took care of itself.
I enjoyed the fact that we recorded this, and before I edited it and actually put it up on SoundCloud, the same jokes were being made on a bit van. I'm like, aww.
No, it's not 2017, it's 2018.
Has been all year.
What are you dating?
It's only been 8 months. I always date it.
Wow.
I'm taking notes.
He's taking minutes, I get it.
Like some sort of legal
People
secretary
date
guy.
them.
Okay, so where we left off,
Unless we saw our heroes.
Everything was awful.
Sigrun took off with Poppet on the back of the Pegasus, sort of slumped over
Because
the
splitting the party always ends well.
It always does. Basically doing the whole ruse of bounty hunters, got their bounty, sent off with
Sexy bounty hunters.
sexy bounty hunters.
With, may I say, incredible acting skill and talent, and very convincingly.
All those things.
Yes.
Everyone is
Definitely
convinced.
no blatant winking towards anyone else.
And so, Poppet and Sigrun are taking off into the White Blue Yonder. And Hana and Leland are being brigged in the captain's quarters.
I think there are worse places to be brigged.
There really are.
Like a brig, for instance.
Yeah.
Or a poop deck.
Or a poop deck.
Or just hanging onto the rope, being dragged behind the
I
boat.
think that's called something. I don't think that's called
Keel
brigging.
hauled.
Now, keel hauling is when they make you go underneath they drag you underneath
right,
the
yeah.
boat.
Otherwise known as just fucking killing you.
Yeah, because you're bouncing
They're
off like
just fucking
barnacles and shit
killing
like that.
you,
You're drowning
Wow.
and getting scraped by barnacles. It's a real merry time.
So that's a
Well,
violent
the plus
life.
side-
So
There's a chance you
I guess
could
we'll just skip straight to that part.
On the more plus side, there's a chance you could die.
Make a deck save
The sweet
Gets
release of death.
barnacles.
The only way you're getting out of this.
with disadvantage.
I have become a barnacle.
Okay. After a few minutes of you guys being locked inside,
That's one to rummage through his stuff.
well, yeah. Do you want to have a hunt around?
I want to take a short rest. Can I take a short rest? Sit down.
You can sit down. Whether you have enough time to actually classify this as a short rest.
As long as a short rest.
It's like a couple.
Okay. So no then.
Probably not. No.
Damn it.
It's okay, we can have a short rest.
Leland's taking his
Might
shoes
have.
off. Is there like a captain's bed, like a big fancy bed in there?
It's well appointed. There is
I
Well appointed bed.
I remember the sconces.
every fucking episode. All right.
They were really nice sponsors, if I recall.
Leland's gonna like take his boots off and like get comfortable on the captain's bed.
You should steal a sconce.
Yeah, it's actually got a bed rather than just the slung hammocks like there are in the crew's quarters.
Describe the
There
bed.
are feathered.
King, queen, double.
Posts.
Is she keeping any like?
What's the headboard?
I wanna roll an investigation to see if she's keeping any good booze in here.
Go for it.
Is there a diary under the bed?
You're not there.
You're not in the room.
So the
God damn it,
questions
where
that
is
need to
my
be
shit?
asked.
Skills. There we go. Skills. Investigation. I got a +5 out of 13.
Yes, and is particularly well on display. So
Yeah.
you could have rolled 2 and found it.
The natural one still could have been a thing. They're like, I can't find it. Like the whole like, it's right behind you.
There is a rack of wine bottles as well as some actual good rum. Not the swill that's sloshing around in a barrel out on the deck.
Well, as we're the captain's like honoured guest, it only feels right to make ourselves comfortable, and I like pour 2 glasses of the rum.
Oh, the rum? Yep.
Think for a second. Offer one to Hana.
I will take it. I will then quickly drink it.
Alright. It
They
is
put the glass in the bag of holding.
fine crystal glass just hits against something else and just shatters in the void of space. Yeah. It's one of those nice spiced.
Oh, the glass.
It's one of those. It's one of those nice spiced rums like you're cracking or something along those lines. Warms the heart and soul. Anything else you want to do in there before?
Just drinking your drink.
Yeah, I'm not gonna steal shit. Just like help myself to what hospitalities.
Well, essentially, yeah. There's a bed. There's also a writing desk with the rolled over.
Oh, I roll that up.
On the on the surface of the writing desk, there are a couple of maps laid out with navigation marks pinned out, and basically doing a quick skirt around sort of the peninsula, and then heading into the western side of the peninsula towards where the cliffs are, and it's basically showing the path that depending how much time you spend at the sea, it could be the way you're going. Who knows?
How long do we have to get to the place we're going to?
When they were last talking about it, we were looking. She was talking about getting in evening to night. Evening to later night. At the end of this day.
Yep. It's just after morning, isn't it?
It's
pretty early morning.
Mid morning at this point now. After we've had explorations downstairs, fights in the hold. Yeah.
Excuse me, it's a self-defense action. Thank you very much.
There was some fighting involved. I'm going to call it a fight.
But in self-defense,
phrase it how you like. Someone died.
I didn't kill him.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened either.
That could also be true.
Could also be true.
Brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy. It's just a
They
tragedy.
can just strike at any time.
Just a tragedy. Are there like quills and like inkwells and stuff? Is this like a kind of map that someone has hand drawn themselves, like a navigation map, or is it like printed?
Can
I fuck with it?
Sure.
I do that.
In what manner?
Like add some islands on there that weren't there before.
Oh, you're just going to straight up you're not right. I am a dick on the on the paper. You're actually just going to
Hilda blows. No, just scroll in some little islands off a coast somewhere, and maybe adjust the coastline a little bit.
Okay.
You'd have forgery.
While he's doing that,
So you
I
can,
will keep.
I definitely have forgery. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
will
you
keep
can
a
skillfully
keen eye
put
and
it in
ear out for the captain.
Yep. Perception on that one. I think you got the advantage if you're listening out.
That is a good roll. I rolled a 19.
All right. As you're sort of listening out, you can hear talking. Of Hilda and talking to the crew. What you do manage to make out, because it's sort of with the crashing of the waves and the thick wooden door and everything like that, you don't manage to get everything. But what you do catch is
Doesn't have good acoustics in this room.
is you hear Hilda saying, "Everything's fine. We'll continue on course and finish the job. This upset won't change anything." And then you hear a bit of other chatter going back and forth, which you struggle to make out, even with your higher perceptions and so on. And then you start hearing footsteps getting heavier and heavier coming towards the door. Then the locking mechanism disengaging.
As I hear the locking mechanism, I quickly put the quill back.
It's rapidly shutting the.
No.
Fuck.
Yeah, coming through, just make a little whistle noise, like a bird sound, just kind of walk over, at the window, just
Wouldn't a more appropriate sound on a pirate ship to do something like squawk?
You don't know what noise drows make. We're mysterious creatures.
You're not that mysterious.
No.
The door opens up and Hilda walks in and then shuts the doors behind us, and she's like, "Right, I think the crew's boarded. I think though they shouldn't cause you any more troubles from this point on.
Oh, good.
hopefully. But I'm going to keep you in here anyway. They can't get in here. That also means that you guys can't get out. I hold the solitary key.
I'm like, that's okay. We're just making ourselves comfortable. Flump back onto the bed.
With rum glass.
Yeah.
Clink, 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 clink.
You got any ice?
Oh, I probably should have made the clinking sound then, should I?
It's like
It's a very dirty
it's
glass.
like half broken the glass. Like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's the glass.
The rum's great when it has a crunch.
I like the copper flavoring of blood adds to it.
The Hilda is like she heads over to her writing desk and sort of opens it up and just sort of quickly reaches in and grabs a sheet of paper out and then slams it back down shut again. It's like you're asking about the smuggler's docks in the Blood Cliffs.
I did ask that question.
I have this prepared. She hands the map over.
I'm not good at maps.
I'm great with maps.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
What she's handed over is
Legend.
a map
Thank
of
you.
the cave structure and some points of interest pointed out within the map.
Known guard sentries, docks, lift cranes, storehouses. Port in the storm. I'm assuming that's a bar of some sort. Or an actual port.
It's a port wine bar. But yeah, she's like, that's the details I have from last time I was here. That's always something to change. A lot of these sort of types tend to make sure that they keep moving. But yeah, the one you're after, Hadrig, is based in the upper caves area, and she points out a section that's to the sort of the right hand side of the map.
Yep. Towards the lift crane.
That is an yeah, he's based up there, and that's going to be a harder spot to get to. What else would you like to know before going in?
What's your deal?
She sort of eyes you over and is like, in what regards?
Oh, just generally. We don't really know anything about you. I'm curious.
Sort of taken aback as I'm in charge of a boat. I'm offering you information. What are you after?
Oh, what kind of tales do you like? What kind of bards do you listen to? That sort of thing.
Don't get much time for that. Tend to occupy most of my time with, got my...
Oh, I get it. Career focused. I like that.
No, she was definitely gesturing towards the stocked bar.
Oh.
Would you care for a drink?
I really would. Thank you for offering.
And she's heads back over to the bar, and she's picking through the bottles and is like, what's your flavour? It's a red wine. There's rums.
I don't really drink
There's
rums.
Wine?
Sounds lovely. Hannah doesn't drink, bless her soul.
Too young after all. She pulls two glasses up that are hanging over the bar off, drops them down, fill, turns around sort of with two glasses, offers one over to you.
I take it and I'm like, to the sea.
And then clinks. And then she sits back and, looking you directly in the eye, sips her wine.
I'll gulp.
She's like, raised eyebrows. She's looking over her glass. Is like, oh, straight down.
I don't really know where this is going.
didn't.
Sparing, I'm not helping. I'm sparing.
I didn't take you for the competitive type.
You know. No.
Oh. Now, I've seen you do many drinking competitions.
That is true. I have participated in many drinking competitions.
As far as lumberfoots go, I where he can drink the most.
She's like,
Hey, Lumberfoot. Glad you know. No.
Or do you prefer Mayfly? I know sorry, I did figure you're half elven lineage. You're a lumberfoot.
More like a June fly.
care for another?
Yes!
And she grabs your glass, heads over, and
I'm going to have to make a constitution check soon.
Yes, you are. And she's like, she runs her finger across the several bottles, like click, 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 click.
Can I do a quick perception check?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a natural 20.
Uh-huh.
I just want a quick scan to see if I can find the drink that has the highest alcohol, something that I would know. They're like, that's the strongest drink possible.
Looking at the rack there, the wines are all sort of, they're wine. There are some that are slightly stronger than others, but it's wine.
Yep. The
rum would be fairly potent, but it's not the stuff that you'd be able to start a fire with, like out there.
Why do you say start a fire? Why would you say that?
There is a smaller bottle. It's about 3 inches wide. It only stands about yay tall, but it's got this vivid lilac-coloured liqueur in it.
As she's going through that, I was kind
of... She's like, oh, really?
He loves it.
I do!
Puts the 2 wine glasses off to the side.
You could trust me.
And then pulls out these 2 small...
I've never been more terrified in my life.
And like sort of the size of egg cups, sort of glasses, and just pours about half full of each. He's like, you had this before?
Yeah, definitely. I cast Mage Hand and take it with a Mage Hand.
Fair enough.
Because I'm showing off now.
You won't be for long.
And she gets the shot glass up and sort of like runs it under her nose.
She's not impressed by the Mage Hand thing. I'm totally doing like an Anakin in the second prequel movie.
That's it. Podcast over.
Oh.
So I'd like to interject as a player. I believe we all vote. Ross is now expelled from the group.
It's okay.
All social circles.
It's okay. I'll do my own D&D game with Leland.
It's the Leland Show.
It's the Leland Show, starring Leland with special guest Puppet. Now, he couldn't make it.
I don't want to unfriend you.
Tonight, due to illness, the role of Leland will be played by Leland.
No, I could have special guest Puppet. It doesn't have to say anything.
That's true, no one has to know.
It's true.
But runs it under her nose, is like taking a whiff of it. Is like, this is pricey. This is not for. Not just for.
I mage hand it closer and just. What does it smell like, Ryan? Paint me a nose picture.
It's got a. It's very sweet to start off with, like almost like a raspberry syrup to start off with, then sort of followed by like a sort of slightly acidic, almost like lime rinds. It's just got that sort of lime scent to it as well.
Very oaky, very
and then
barky.
just a very, very strong alcohol scent to it.
Smells like
and
home.
Intense pain inside your nostrils as the fumes scald the inside of your.
Smells like home.
Yeah, she's sort of eyeing you off and is like, so, ready?
Like, mage hand it over and clink.
Yep.
Mage hand it back. And shoot it.
She's like, And she walks over, she pulls a flint stone from her pocket and just like strikes it, which flares the top of her one up with this sort of green, like copper burn flame. Blows it out, then shoots it.
Okay, I like click my fingers over the top of it, doing a
The
shock.
problem is,
Doing a shocking
you
drop.
already said you chugged it.
But
I thought she
burning
stopped
off
me.
all of the alcohol.
No, it's just
Okay.
like,
Sorry, I thought that was stopping me. Okay,
No.
never mind.
She sort of swishes around her mouth and then swallows like, you've not had that before, have you?
No, I'm sure I've tasted this. What did you say it was called again?
Well, before he talks, do they have some kind of reaction to the flavor or the...
Yeah. At this point here, like the
Sorry.
overwhelming flavour is just burning alcohol. It's coating. It's basically masking any of the other flavours and everything. Where she is clearly just absolutely enjoying every part of this.
No,
sensation.
it's great. I remember. No, I love it.
Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, this is when you're going into con saving period.
I'm helping.
You're helping is what's going on right now.
The
Con
only
save.
thing that Poppet ever says is rules.
Yes. I roll a 20.
Roll a 20. You're feeling like you've been drinking. You're not drunk.
I rolled a 20 on my con save for the drinking competition, Ryan. Deal with that.
It's not a drinking
For the first
competition.
I thought it was.
Oh, swagger little man.
That's not all I got a lot of. Yeah. No, that works.
Yeah.
Go on.
There's also a lot of crushing death.
No, I got that sorted out. It's cool.
I was thinking the same thing. Enemies.
Enemies. I do have quite a few. I have left a lot of enemies in my trail. Wake like a boat.
Like a boat.
Like a boat.
Ah,
Ah.
what a starboard joke. Or should that be port joke?
Poop deck joke.
It's a poop joke.
It's a stern joke. Joke.
Yeah, that's probably a good one. That's a good one.
But tell us a story. What's your plans?
Another.
You don't want to hear about me. I'm just a.
You're probably right. I'm just making conversation.
Wow.
I like how she's pivoting the questions.
Hannah will laugh at that. We'll be like,
But Hannah, Leland, fancy another?
yes. Well, the first one you've been rather rude so far.
But you don't drink. Crazy.
You
Wow.
drive her to drink. It's okay.
Huh?
You drive her to it.
I think at this point we'll probably put the
No, that was great.
it's a liquor called Sincar.
Sincar.
But she puts that back on the shelf and is like, maybe just taper off to just rum for the moment. And she pours off 3 glasses, hands over, giving you an eye like not quite sure if you drink or not, but here you go.
I'll take it.
Put the glass in your bag. Hole.
Full
It's a,
slosh.
the other thing, like, under attack, rum!
Pocket rum. This one here you might not taste so much after your last shot, but yeah. And she's just like sipping away, not chugging or anything like that, and just eyeing you off.
I have a question.
Yes.
How big is Hilda?
I think
Like,
it's
I'm talking like creature size wise.
what's the sizing of a Goliath? I think they're still classified as medium, but they're on the upper end of medium.
Would they fit into a bag of holding?
Oh, okay. Like
Everything fits in a bag of holding.
actual tallness wise, like
7.5 feet.
Okay, that's taller than. That's more than a foot taller than me,
Mhm.
which I'm only just saying, hypothetically speaking.
You think you're trying to wrestle her?
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking.
Or do I need to have some like saxophone music going and we just fade out for a moment? Pan off to no, the other one. Like
to be in this
No.
room anymore.
I feel like that would be a very interesting. Nobody talks about what happened in the captain's cabin.
Put some soft jazz on in the background.
I need a new feat called Blind Sense.
Darkness and silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No, there's no friends anymore. Only enemies.
Oh wait, you don't have silence. Oh, I'm so sorry.
But yeah, we'll pan away at that point there, where basically
And our imaginations can run away with us as to what happens there.
panning over to Poppet and Sigrun.
Flying in the air.
Yeah, you're flying at a decent clip. You're still sort of in the rope position, sort of showing. Basically, doing the whole.
Oh yeah.
As you took
Well,
off.
I can't really change until we land.
No.
Yeah.
You're getting sort of higher and higher, breaking sort of the cloud
I thought it
level.
was something similar.
Like the tips of your ears and your nose are getting quite cold, and you're going to sort of like.
I'm from the mountains.
Yeah,
It's okay.
but still, it's cold out there.
Would you like a constitution?
No, just painting a word picture. This is not freezing time. This is just you are cold. Welcome to being cold.
Thank you.
Sigrun
horrible.
turns back around to you and sort of just with one hand it sort of picks you up and sort of sits you into a sitting position and
I'm all
sort of,
bound up though. So.
yeah, and turns around and sort of like undoes the ropes. Little one, what do you think we should do?
Get to the cliffs. We need to get to the cliffs.
Surely we can't just fly in the front door. There was some.
You've been to the cliffs before. Is there any way from the land side to get down? Any discreet way?
We've made mistakes, Ross.
I'm sure it'll be fine. He's a fucking
Maybe if we
ninja.
just fly in
You
the
sort of
sky.
remember back to
Ninja.
the previous session at least. There was mention when they were talking about Hadrig that he was up in that area there, and they
Towards the
referred
back
to
in the caves, yeah.
referred to an area called the Steps, which is an access point from the caves to the upper cliffs.
Yes.
She's like, Sigrun is
Steps.
talking to you is like, we need to, the steps were, we need to find where they are.
Well, we can fly over the cliffs and coming from the land angle, flying over the cliffs to try and see if we can.
I'm liking the way you're thinking. How good's your vision, longer range? Because I don't really want.
Good question.
Essentially, how good is your perception? Yours, not Sigrun's.
Oh, okay. That's the wrong sheet. That's not my sheet. It's better than Sigrun's. +3.
Okay.
I'm an Outlander. We'll be okay. We'll find it. I believe in us. I believe in Heimdall.
And she sort of taps the symbol on her chest, and sort of at the. She's right. All right. And it sort of starts to steer the Pegasus off
So
at
we'll
a
have
slightly
to
different.
fly over land, so
And
the
starts-
boat doesn't see us.
Yeah. And starts sort of making their way landward straight. So.
Swooping around.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Do we fly faster than the boat?
Well, if you're going straight at land, you'll probably overland
Yes.
before
Yes.
they hit that section.
We
there.
can set up a base of operations before they get here. We're gonna sort everything out before you get here.
Oh, good.
So yeah, we'll basically jump forward a little bit of time.
Flat, flat, flat.
Q, sit in the boat. Ross is unconscious on the floor.
I'm fine, thank you very
You
much.
pull out to the cliffs and everything's on fire.
Leland is an
No, you
experienced
understand.
drinker.
You're unconscious on the floor.
That was an attack roll,
panning back
yes.
into the captain's quarters. The scene we see here is Hilda is asleep on the bed, face down, basically snoring away. Remembering, of course, she hasn't slept yet. She's been awake for a significant amount of time.
I get that.
And then had several
She was drifting off peacefully after everything that just happened during that pan away.
Yes. Which
Yes.
could be any number of things,
Any number of...
depending on how you two describe the scene, the rest of this scene.
I'm just not here anymore. It's like classic Bugs Bunny, so just a razor.
Leland is putting his pants back.
Well, okay, yep. It's sort of the rattle of the belt, and for a moment you think you start to hear Hilda stirring on the on the bed, but it's actually just her starting to rumble with a snore.
Not really sure what happened. Probably for the best.
I'm really starting to question this.
We all had a peaceful nap.
Yeah. Not that peaceful.
So
I'm
you get a
going
short
to...
rest, you get nothing.
That's not what I'd call it.
Okay, you get syphilis.
You got
Again?
you got the boat disease.
The boat.
Particles?
This has become unpleasant. I'm going to go over to the door of the captain's thing
Yep.
and experimentally test out to see whether my Heimdall's pendant opens the door.
It does not.
Done.
I'm going to go over to the alcohol thing and take 2 of the most expensive looking bottles of wine.
Oh, the wine?
Yep.
Yeah, easy enough. I don't need to really describe them. There are 2 ones. There's one that's got like sort of where near the neck of the bottle has sort of got this gilded section in the like a coat of arms sort of looking.
Excellent.
And there's another one there which you recognise the name of and assume it's going to be worth a little bit at least.
Cool. Excellent.
Um,
They're now in my bag of holding.
okay. At some point we'll probably have to start keeping a record of what you actually got in there because it can only take 500 pounds.
It's a lot of pounds.
It is a lot of pounds.
There is an
but
entire
it's
carpet in
there is a there
It's
is
not
a
like
car-
we've got any sides of beef in there.
Yeah.
Carpets
Could do.
don't weigh anything.
Corpses.
Okay, you are in the captain's quarters. The room is essentially yours, so long as you're relatively quiet and don't wake Hilda. It's got the whole thing. It's got like the glass, like the stained, sort of the stained glass window panels in the back of the ship. So, there is various bits and pieces of Hilda's personal effects. How about it?
Her clothes on the floor.
What she was wearing, yeah.
Do you wanna try and take a pendant? We could get out of this cabin. Maybe.
And escape where? Maybe?
Mutiny.
We never did end up finding out what was in that locked room downstairs, and I just sort of have to know. I just sort of have to know.
And if that's the pendant that opens the locks.
Yeah.
It clicked when you were here.
You gonna try and lift it?
Look.
Or are
this
you gonna
isn't
have your friendly neighbourhood rogue try and lift it?
It's not my area.
Not your field of expertise is
It's not my forte.
stealing from a cop.
Eh. I'm not a thief.
He's a wizard.
Well, I am a wizard. Yeah, I don't have a good slide. I've got a +5 sleight of hand. I could try and...
I was just rolling dice.
Oh.
No. 24.
To lift it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's just you look at your eye over the situation. And she's laying basically face down, with her face. Well, not yeah. She's face down on the bed with her head facing away from you. You can see the clasp for the chain that holds it around her neck. Sort of is just exposed. Just carefully sort of unpick open and just carefully pull the chain from under her neck, and success. You have her pendant.
You can phase shift. The teleporty thing, right?
We can teleport to a place. I can also make us invisible.
Let's go.
Cool. I'm gonna make us both invisible.
Okay.
I can just do I cast it once and I can make 2 people invisible.
Okay.
Although I did use up one of my spell slots last session. So
And there's another one.
I've got one more, and then I'll have another one from Roderick. So I'm going to use my second spell slot to cast invisibility.
Yep, on both of you.
On both
You
of
are
us.
both currently invisible.
For an hour.
For an hour. Or until you make an action, like an attack.
Until...
Hence for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
We're invisible.
I like being invisible.
We'll sneak down to the...
We're going through the doors, or you're going to find another route?
Is there any other way out other than the doors?
You go out the window. I guess if we go around the outside of the outside of the boat.
No, that sounds dumb. We can open the doors.
You can open the doors. Okay. Who's got the pendant? You?
Yep.
Alright. Tell me what you're doing.
I attempt to open the door of the pendant.
You basically tap it to it, and you hear a click, and the locking mechanism slides out of the road.
I roll a 20 for stealth. So open it quietly.
Okay, for opening it quietly. Yeah, you pull the doors, because the doors open inwards towards you. You pull one of them towards you slightly, and you can from that position you can see just crew working through the through the deck. Some of them are just sort of taking charge while Hilda's taking her time off. No one's appeared to have noticed the door opening a crack.
I'll telepathically be talking to when I'm talking to Goiter right now. Like, just say it's going to be telepathically.
Sure.
All right, let's go down. Let's go downstairs. Let me zip out.
I give the thumbs up, but you can't see.
This is going to be awkward, but I think I can do the talking for the both of us.
Do I even know where you are?
I'd be telling you where I am.
You've spoken to Hannah telepathically before, right? She knows you can do that.
Just now.
Okay.
I suppose you weren't telling anybody about it.
He's a wizard, so it makes sense.
I was just
I'm
my own
using my
crisis.
vast wizardly powers to talk to you telepathically. Don't freak out.
Okay. So
Don't freak
Getting
out.
in your head.
Okay.
you're taking the lead then?
Yes.
Not that you would know this.
Stupid.
So
Well, that's not as good. 13 for stealth, so...
I'll get you to roll stealth as well.
Because if that was silent...
With like advantage or just in general?
Actually, with advantage with the invisibility, it's just basically trying to mask your
It's better. 19.
your footfalls and sounds of your clothing shifting and.
My... Nope. God damn, I can never find anything in this. Skills. Skills and spells are very similar words. Stealth, plus 5. 20.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys sneak across the deck. Make it quietly down the stairs, past the crew quarters, down the stairs towards the hold.
I'm like, don't stand on the bottom of the landing. There's a magic alarm. But I got an idea.
I was about to see whether you remember that.
That's
That's your alarm reminder.
Alarm!
Fuck. Hand me the key. We'll just.
I've got no fucking idea where you are, man.
Put the key down on the top step.
You still don't know where it is.
Well, no. Once you put it down, it's not invisible anymore.
Exactly.
It's only when it's on your person.
Oh, now you're thinking with portals.
Did you do that, or are you?
Sure. I was like, no, it's mine.
I'll throw it at
Virtual
the door.
child. No.
Just catch. What? Smash. Splash.
Oh, just in the ocean like the old lady in the movie.
What?
With the necklace. Look, it's gonna end with the 12-year on the door, and it's not gonna end well for you.
I mean, there's nobody around where we are right now, right?
No.
Okay, so you can talk. as well. Yeah, cool. You know. I'm going to climb up the wall and be on like the ceiling of where we are, and like carefully creep along the ceiling towards the door.
Sure.
Not touching the floor.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Like with my Spider-Man.
Does whatever a
The
Spider-Man
incredible
does.
invisible Spider-Man.
Incredible Invisible Spider-Man. How
Candy
fucking
sweet.
cool is this, right?
Could I do a perception
No,
to
we
see if
can't.
I see that trap you was talking
He's
about?
a Leland.
Sure.
That was a DOS roll. That is 18.
You can see what he's talking about. There is a thin line of silver thread. It's just late. It's not taut or anything. It's just hanging, just lightly across the pathway. Yeah, that's.
Can
what he
can
would
I
call it.
like with an Arcana check maybe figure out how to disarm that?
Yeah.
No. No.
Can you? So yeah, you're the other side of the
I'm on the ceiling.
alarm trip on the ceiling. You could roll down the other side of the wall if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I'm like sticking to the ceiling and the wall and the.
Are you just like walking across the top of it, like Goblin King style, or?
No, I think Leland is being much like.
Okay, gotcha.
Like normally he'd be totally doing a Goblin King style, but right now this is a stealth mission. So he's creepy.
He's looking around for a cardboard box.
And I get the pendant and I tap it to the lock down here.
Again, the click disengage.
I'm gonna keep tabs of, like, make sure no one just comes down here to look.
Yep.
So I'll be keeping an eye up to what you're doing, but also.
Alright, yeah.
And I creep in through the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's in the room, Ryan? What's in the room?
Alarms.
God! You gotta tell me what's in the room.
Okay. Inside the hold, there's several crates. Crates of goods. They're all sort of
Good.
good. They are good crates. There is also a large cage in the center of the room. Inside the cage, there is a quite large, bovine-looking creature.
Oh my
That
God.
is
I was wrong. It was Earth all along.
God damn it, Chase.
Is it my pet from Londinium?
It looks very similar to the oh god, you're doing it so. It's very similar to the creature that you.
It followed us. It
No,
wants to
it's
be
not the
with
same
us.
one. That one is gone.
We killed the fuck out of that one.
It is very dead. This one is not currently dead.
No, but it's like kids with
This
the
one here is
goldfish.
not
You just
looking
throw
well,
them
though.
another one and then
It looks sedated. Like it's looking like it's sort of moving in sort of a groggy style. It's also got several hooks dug into its flesh, which are connected to chains, which are connected to the deck of the boat. It is heavily restrained.
You can see this, right? Like through the door.
Right. Shimza? Yep.
Yep.
That's real weird. I don't really want to steal this.
Yes, you do. You do.
Knocked twice if I agree.
Yeah, so you got there's several several crates. There's this beast in a cage that's sort of pinned down.
What's in the crate? The crate!
One other feature. On the far wall, there is a human chained to the wall
Is he awake?
and gagged. That is looking straight at you with a look of. Well, actually, no, not looking at you. You are invisible,
I'm invisible.
but has a look of terror, looking towards the door because the door is open slightly.
Is the cow like pointed at this human?
Sure.
Yes.
Goliaths are into some weird shit.
But yeah, it's
Although we already knew that.
yeah. So this human sort of chained with like arms above their head, holding their arms up. There's two large bands around the chest and waist that are holding it to the wall, and the feet are bound together as well. And then it's got a gag in the mouth, so it can't say, can't
I'm
speak.
not there, but mild curiosity.
We'll see.
Okay.
Jen, can you pass me your notes? Show where you pointed.
I'm gonna creep back over closer to the door, and I'm gonna be like, "What do you think we should do?"
I think you should take the bovine.
Just let it loose on the ship.
It's a bag
But
of
I
holding.
forgot my Pokeballs.
We have a bag of holding.
You can't fit this in there. It is too big.
But I
Is
thought
there,
you
like
could take
any
anything
defined
with a bag
features
of
of the dude? Who was it like? Who?
Investigation of the dude.
It is a dude chained to the wall, gagged,
Does he look?
Wait, what did you roll?
fairly
16.
fairly beaten. Like a little heavy dark patches across the face. One eye is sort of swollen closed. Underneath sort of the shirt is sort of torn up, and there's several blood stains through it. They don't look familiar to you though, if that's what you're asking.
Can we get the bovine?
I will go over the trap
How do you plan to do that?
by walking over it.
It's more of a proximity thing than like an actual
Oh, okay.
tripwire.
I'm gonna tell you where exactly in the room I am. I'm standing in front of this crate here.
Yep.
My shoulder is about lined up with the corner of the shoulder. Just make it a clean one.
That's one way of getting in the room.
But then it won't be stealth.
He'll make an attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's.
Do you need to be invisible right now?
I will.
Do need to get back in.
I will. Oh, no, you need to be attuned to my cloak. No, wait, do you? Is that an attuned item?
I don't think we've got any tuned items, do we?
No, I do.
I do.
Oh. Thanks
I
for
also
including me,
need,
Ryan.
Kevo's
No, that is
crystal
attuned.
thing in my thing.
Sorry, I would give you my cloak, but it's attuned.
That's okay. See if there's any distinguishing marks, I don't know, some sort of symbol that shows he might be
Blue candles.
I went with
Yeah,
the one
something
with
cool like
of
that.
getting a pet right
maybe he's invisible. Just
Yeah.
ask him.
Also, these crates, they look like blue candle crates.
They look like sealed crates. You could try and crack them and have a look inside.
I'm gonna crack one.
Okay, so you start lifting so basically levering one of the lids off, and then all of a sudden the person behind that's strapped to the walls are stares in this abject terror at this box just randomly opening itself. Because this doesn't count as an attack. You crack the box open. Inside there are. It's packed with relics. A good portion of them are firearms, similar to ones you've come across before. There's also several other odd trinkets in there as well.
Arms dealers.
The firearms that we've seen before, they're loaded with crystals, Londinium crystals. They're unique enough that seeing these pretty much means blue candles, right?
This has been the association.
That's just okay, cool. I'm gonna lift one out of the crate and woo, so you can see it.
Oh.
You want it? Ooh.
I do want one of those firearms.
Shame he can't see you nod.
You just assume this drool starts appearing on the floor.
Hannah, weapon. Would Hannah want weapon?
No.
No. Clearly not.
We'll probably have to talk to the dude.
Yeah, I'll make a noise I see you come over that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whisper. I was assuming you'll tell me what you kind of found. I'll say, get me a gun.
Are you talking
I want a
about
gun.
either side of the tripwire?
Yeah.
You can just go over the roof and stuff
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I'm creeping. I'm sticking to this.
Yeah.
Through all
Running
this,
above.
I'm probably just sticking to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's...
getting a bit of a bit of a head rush after a while.
Now, the person that we know might not be the person they say they... The captain might not be the person they say they are.
Oh, yeah, because of all that
This
shit.
could actually be the captain. I don't know. Because I don't know why... As much as this amuses me, I'm not quite sure why a officer of Lumberfoot's law would be transporting these weapons that we know to have a connection with that. There could be just simple blind corruption, or they don't know what they're transporting, but considering that this is the only way in or out.
Yeah. Just a thought. Crawling along the ceiling worked getting in here. Don't you have, like, climbing shit that you could maybe use?
You also got rope. You can sling a rope.
Sling a rope?
A rope and 1,000 ball bearings. I keep bringing that up. I have no idea why.
So you can roller skate across this wire.
Do you want to try and do that so you can get in and
Sure.
we can actually fucking try and
Yeah, 'cause
interrogate
you can
this
tie
guy?
the rope up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I'm not making any rolls here or anything.
Yeah.
Like that. There's just like you sling a rope. I will get you to roll for shimmying across it. Just a athletics to go across.
Oh, thank God, 22.
Wait for that one. It's like clunk.
I know!
Yeah, so you basically do the whole like hanging upside down, shimmying across the rope, and drop in place on the other side.
Having to do a heist.
First thing I'll do, get in there, I'll go straight to the crap with the guns, and I'll grab something, a shiny gun.
Okay, so there are several firearms in there. They all look similar sort of construction. If you do want to pinch one, they're like a long rifle sort of setup.
Because I have been thinking, out of character, I am the assassin class. It does kind of make sense to have a rather unique long-range weapon.
Yeah.
We like to get close.
I hadn't statted these up, so I will stat something up for you in the near future.
I look forward to seeing it in 2 hours' time.
Essentially, it's going to be reskinning a longbow with a bonus on it.
Exciting.
And also, like, badass.
Yeah.
Do we want to, like, rip the gag off of this fool?
So I'll just open back holding, grab one. Huh? Oh yeah, the person.
While you're shuffling through there, roll an investigation while you're going through there as
Okay.
well.
I rolled a 16 plus a thing. Investigation. Oh, it actually is pretty good. Plus 7, so that's going to be 23.
23. In there's also this sort of set of kind of look a little bit like binoculars, but not. It's kind of like a the sniper setup where they got like that single.
Oh, the
Dibs?
No, when they have their sight guy that assists the sniper.
Yeah.
Which is, I forget.
Yeah,
what it
Like a
actually-
rangefinder.
a rangefinder. It's like that, but it's got this couple of like chunks of crystal jammed into the side of it.
Dibs.
I'll grab it and look through it.
Dibs,
You ain't
dibs.
seen shit, son.
We're both there going through the grate.
I'm going through the crate.
Okay.
Yes.
You look at Leland through it. Go a quick look at your character sheet.
I can see through your soul! Or take 20 damage.
You look at where you think Leland might be. Okay.
This could be an interesting attachment to my newfound love of long-range sniping.
They are X-ray vision rangefinders. You see him without his clothing.
You don't seem to notice anything about Leland directly. Do you want to have a go?
Am I still invisible?
You do see his outline.
Give me a go.
Interesting if true. Okay, sure, here you go.
You see this is like just like a shimmering outline of a humanoid. It's somewhere in the room. You also, it comes up with like almost like a HUD in it, and it has like a little downward arrow, silver.
Ooh.
It's a video game. Because of the wolf thing, and I'm allergic
What
to
type of
silver.
weapon you need to use on this target?
Fuck yeah. Like, flick over and look at the dude in the corner, tied up to the wall.
As you do that, you start to notice that like the crystals in it start to like lose some of their glow to it, and the HUD and all the representation in it starts to fade.
Oh. These don't work no more.
I'll grab that. And I'll put that in the bag of holding as well.
Just clinking shit together.
Well, it goes into a magical little spot and everything's safe and fine. Unless it's meat.
Or a person.
Or a person.
Which is also meat, I guess.
Which is true. Now that we've found a cool gun and a cool new toy, let's talk to this guy. I say we have about a few minutes left.
Let's do it quickly.
I'll go. Maybe we should close the door of the thing as well. Let's just close that door. Can we close it?
Let's not. No.
Okay.
Come on. That's a bad... I mean, No, let's close it. I can always teleport us back into the captain's quarters.
Yes.
I'm going to need to, just while I think of it, it's not casting a spell, I'm going to click Roderick to reload.
Yep. That just refills your...
It just gives me a spell slot back.
Cool.
Just in case...
So...
In case bad.
Tell me what's happening.
Or go through like what? So the crate, or put the thing back in the crate, make that look legit.
Yep.
And I'll just lay down, and I'll say basically I'll do that so I can feel like someone putting their fingers across the gag.
Yep.
And say, if you scream, I'll kill you.
And you're just like...
And then take that out. Ooh, take out of his mouth.
And it's like... They're trying to like get saliva back in the mouth because this is a cloth gag that's just been soaking and drying the mouth out for God knows how long. Not a real bad case of cotton mouth. They're like,
Who are you? And what are you doing down here?
It's like raspy voice. Like, where are you?
I pull out a water skin and just sort of like... Here's some water, and just like sort of splash him in the mouth so he's ready, and then give him a gulp of water. Because I got a water skin. It's in my equipment.
I have 1,000 more worms. I'll give him those.
Just down the throat.
That's down the throat.
Just to suck on.
Have I finally gone mad? Or have I finally died?
Or if you died, this is hell. But no, you're a...
I don't know about the mad thing. We haven't known each other for very long, but you're not dead.
Fantastic.
So...
What's your name? We're just invisible sprites. Yes, we're invisible sprites.
Playful sea sprites.
Playful sea sprites. Who are you? What's going on?
My name's Kale.
Ew.
Oh god.
Okay.
Spelled differently.
It's in the notes.
It's actually just Kale. Who?
I believe I asked you that question first.
So-
Who are you? And what are you doing down here?
Why are you locked up? Why are you tied to the thing in front of a cow?
I'm hoping you're not one of the crew.
We've told you we're playful sea sprites.
Playful sea sprites.
That's not comforting. But
My name is Bubbles. His name is Blossom. We had another friend.
Important.
He's gone now.
They left though.
They got eaten by a sea lion. One of these big sea dogs.
I will miss Buttercup.
I say a man in your position, your gauge on comfort's quite low at the moment. Let's just say you could probably be a little bit less comfortable.
if you're
We're
not
playful sea sprites.
Yeah, we're
if you're not one of the crew, then I guess this is alright.
Joke's on you with the crew now.
They found me out and then tied me up down here. I've been keeping an eye on things for my home city. We're
Excellent. That has told us nothing so far. Fascinating. Who are you?
What city? What city are you from? Gesserek.
There we go. That's information. That's exciting.
Okay, and why did Hilda lock you down here?
That's the big Goliath, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Her and her lot.
Okay. She's the captain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. And what were you doing to force them to lock you up down here?
I've been investigating the smuggling that's going on. I've been tracking some of the ships coming and going.
Investigating for whom?
Well, do you guys know of Heimdall and their watch?
It's come across our many visits to other boats as playful sea sprites.
Playful sea sprites.
Heimdall is a watch and.
I hold
constabulary.
the pendant like sort of at the length of the chain, so it's not invisible no more.
Oh, you found my pendant.
Okay.
Your pendant.
Your pendant. Huh. This is very interesting. We need to confer. This is private sea sprite business.
You at least can let me down? Get me out of here some way? You have some way of ferrying me away from this
Look, we're going to be
shit
honest.
to hell?
This wasn't what we were expecting.
You're
Contingency
only
plans.
playful sea sprites. You're not looking to get involved in the affairs of mortals.
That's right. So,
This is meant to be a laugh.
this pendant, this pendant of yours opens the door to this hold and opens the key to the captain's quarters.
Why
is that
why
what-
would a pendant from a Heimdall officer open the locks in this place?
What are you talking about? That pendant there is my way of communicating, and it was it unlocks the locks that are on my foot locker and my gear.
Oh. This is a bad situation you found yourself in, mortal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very observant, Mr. Sea Sprite.
Bubbles. Call me
Oh.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
I've forgotten what I was called. I'll say it, Karen.
Blossom.
I forgot. Blossom.
Blossom.
I have notes.
Thank you. Blossom, the friendly sea sprite.
Telepathically to you, do we put the gag back on this guy and forget we ever saw this until like we need to do something about it later?
Yeah, because we need to talk about it because it's.
I'm gonna let you guys do that. I'm gonna go back
Yeah,
to
fine.
James so he actually does something tonight.
Cause just in my head, like.
Okay.
We have a plan.
Yeah.
Crosstalk and stuff.
You.
Arrive at the cliffs.
Just
Well,
crosstalk.
you
Fly
start
over
flying along, and you start to see land on the horizon.
Yes.
As you're flying along, you can start to see you can see some of the rock formations at the top of the cliffs that give it its name, and you can see sort of the red orange flow coming down off the side of the cliffs. The off to your left, you can still see the sails
Yeah, of the
of
ship.
the ship. You haven't made that much distance around because they're keeping
We're
keeping
going in
pretty,
the same direction.
You go the same place, and they've been keeping pretty close to
Yeah, sure.
the shoreline because there's no point going
Yeah.
too wide. That's just a waste of time.
Yes.
After you're sort of flying along, roll me perception.
6.
6.
Oh no, I have a plus 3. 9.
9. From your position at the moment, you can't really make out much detail on the ground. Sigrun sort of sees you sort of like just squinting and trying to make out. She's like, all right, we'll get in closer to the ground. Hopefully that'll give you a bit more of a shot. And she,
Yes.
puts her
Just don't
feet to the
fly
side
over the docks.
and the Pegasus starts to swoop down. As You're flying over. You can have another crack.
That's a 21. 22. 22.
You start to see off a little bit further into the distance. You can see like cart tracks, like a well-worn trail, not an actual road, but a common
clearly
point of movement that heads off to the east,
but
originates from this rocky outcrop on the top of the
cliffs. I pointed out to Sigrun.
And she's like,
The trail and outcrop.
I see it too.
Flying from the land.
As you're flying along, you can sort of see again the sails because you're now close to the ground. You can start seeing them a lot clearer. Like they're not incredibly far away. Like they'll probably only be as they're sailing, probably a few hours away from what you're looking at as well. Your concentration is quickly broken by the sound of crack. And Sigurd sort of looks over
frantically around.
You can and roll me perception as well.
The 14.
14. You see down near the ship. You see these two little whiffs of smoke lifting off from the deck, and then you spot it. These two dark shapes heading roughly in your direction.
Oh, yeah. Charge.
Okay. I will roll me a animal handling for Sigrun.
Oh, bugger. Ah. That was my lucky die. It rolls better than any of my other dice. It rolls above the 5. She gets a 14.
14. And then you need to roll me an athletics.
A natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, Sigrun quickly sort of pulls the Pegasus off to the right, and these two cannonballs just go whistling straight over the top of you.
Flying to land. Land.
As she's like, I'm already on it, and she's diving down towards the ground, and you hear there's another run of four shots.
Yep.
This time, rather than full solid balls, they've been firing fragments of scatter shot.
Yep.
And then one is a chain link set.
Yep.
So.
Ooh, nearly.
Roll me an animal handling on Sigrun again. And a dexterity save for yourself.
Sigrun gets a 3. My dex save is a 10.
10?
But I'm within glove feet of Sigrun, so I get a +1 is 11.
Alright. You take 4 points of damage as basically these lead shots sort of start peppering into the side of you. And that large chain shot comes flipping around, and then wraps around the back legs of the Pegasus.
That's not its wings, it's fine.
The ship's shooting at Sigurd.
Which ship?
Your ship.
They saw us.
The ship you're on.
Everything's fine. It's the legs. The Pegasus uses its wings. It's fine.
The whole
Pegasus isn't happy. I'm assuming.
Athletics. Sorry, not athletics. Dex saves for both of you as basically the Pegasus is rocked.
Sigrun?
Yep.
Is a 19?
Yep.
Or a 20 with the thing, because that's a dex as well. Oh, my dex is actually +7. Natural 20.
Natural 20. You guys both managed to sort of
28.
Hold on and keep your balance as
this thing spirals into
this Pegasus tries to right itself as it's basically been, its back legs have been wrapped up by cannon fire.
It's being shot at. It's not having a good day.
And Sigurd is basically
gripping for the
almost vertical straight downwards, trying to get to the ground as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
You are probably about 10, 15 meters off the ground as she's like quickly like pulling back again and trying to sort of air brake as quickly as possible. So you hear just like a final run of three shots coming off the ship. Go for animal handling on Sigrid again.
That's an 18.
18. Yeah, she manages to sort of pull off to the right quickly and sort of like just doing this sweeping dive and
Into land.
pretty much crash landing.
Yep. Yeah.
You will both
Tumble and...
essentially, yeah, Dex saves for both of you.
Sigrid is 4, 5, 6, 7 with her ability. Tall saving throws, yeah, 7. Sigrid. And Puppet with a +8 is 15.
Okay, Sigrid takes 7 damage, you take 3. Just as you basically...
Sigrid has a native +1 to... Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a paladin thing, right?
Yeah.
yeah, basically as you
She got stuff.
crash
I
to
take
the
how
ground.
much?
You take 3, she takes 7.
Okay.
You do like a cool flip and stuff.
Not cool enough to not take the damage, but pretty cool stuff.
Do you get the thing where you don't if you pass a dex save you take no damage at all? Is that a leader?
That's for rogues.
Monks get it too.
Do they?
I don't think I have that.
That might be an open hand monk.
Yeah, I have a falling thing where I don't take damage, but that's...
It might be the open hand monks that get that.
Yeah, so you've crashed probably about a mile away from where you spotted
That's not that
that
much water.
So you've landed on the boat.
No, we're
No.
on the cliffside.
Okay.
Above the cliffs. Yeah.
The boat was basically sort of running sort of around the edge of... Yeah, it's not too far off the coast.
Yeah.
And they cut sort of directly landward. As soon as they sort of came down to try and start spotting where the steps were, the ship started firing on them. Spotted them, started firing on them.
Just as we spotted where I was, yeah. But
Which,
now we've
panning back
landed.
to you guys, just briefly, you start hearing cannon fire.
I would point out there's not a good chance that Hilda is sleeping through cannon fire and is going to quickly find out that we have gone and stolen the pendant.
That means she's locked in her thing. I'm assuming you locked the door after you.
Yes.
Of course.
We're not leaving the cat's door open.
Okay, so yeah, you've got about an hour's hike because you're both sort of...
Sigrid is going to lay on hands both of us.
Okay,
From
yeah.
her lay of hands well.
Sexy.
Because Puppet's taken some damage since his fight on the boat. So of her 50, she needs...
Yeah, so you guys are... Your conversation between each of you is interrupted by, first off, 2 shots from the cannon, then after a minute or so, a volley of 4.
What's the name of the quartermaster in Gezerick? This is it, Kale.
Okay, the quartermaster is Brant.
I was about to
Do
say,
we
you
have,
don't
like-
even remember that.
We have like, yeah, badges and shit, and they're like, it's like some sort of description, like only people who actually had that badge.
It's
Which I like,
generally,
is
the badge is...
Is there something like beyond that, like like your employee ID number type of thing? Is there something if we said they were like, oh yeah, that's
How
this?
regimented do you think this is?
Like before when
Like, what's your-
There's a
Yeah,
bureaucracy to pay people. Better be fucking employee numbers.
when
They
Hilda
grab dudes out of the dungeons and give them police badges.
Yeah, that happened.
I still have an employee number.
when Hilda was like talking
I had to
about
get
being,
petty cash after all.
she was leading
Sigrid's just a volunteer.
when
That's
Hilda
her mistake.
was confirming with us about the thing, she was leading us for information before. She didn't volunteer any names. But that was like you'd have to sort of know who the quartermaster is in.
Cool. All right, let's go.
Maybe
Plan
he's
B.
a really famous quartermaster. Maybe he's really well known. Maybe he has friends. He could have friends.
Does he have any like weird distinguishing features?
Currently, probably a fractured eye socket.
Doesn't the quartermaster only have 1 foot?
Oh, wooden
Something.
leg, eye patch. Kind of sounds
Typical
very piratey
pirate.
when you're going along here.
Yeah.
It's got a large scar across an eye with an eye patch going on, and one leg was.
Now you think of it, he also has a parrot.
Yar.
No, yeah, it does have,
Is this-
it does have a raven.
And Ryan, is this Kale explaining this to us right now?
Can be.
Cool. Because we were like, how do we know that he actually is who he says he is? But like, this seems like a fairly good confirmation that he is
Cool.
who he's claiming.
So then the people on this boat can't make it to the island.
Yeah, we got to sink this boat.
Right. So the crystal that's powering the guns,
Yep.
volatile from memory, correct?
In his unrefined version is highly volatile.
Oh,
And
so
his
this is-
refined version is
Highly volatile.
more powerful, but more safe.
Stabilized.
Okay,
Stable, yeah.
I'm just gonna like run this by you as fellow.
While you're talking, I'm going to look at the other... How many crates are there?
Shitloads.
Dang.
As fellow sea sprites, we're gonna have to start attacking things fairly soon, right? What do we want to keep our invisibility up?
Roll perception.
Was one nice?
Yeah. It's hearing, so.
A natural 20.
You hear a couple levels up. You just hear like heavy thumping on timber.
We should maybe cut the rope and lock the door again.
And
We
shortly
can't- yeah.
shortly after, you hear
That's a
the
good
sound of smashing glass.
Cool. Can you, like, teleport us, like, outside the boat? Like, if we were to lay the magic carpet down, sit on it, could you teleport?
You don't have the magic word.
No, we can't. We can't use the magic carpet.
You
without
currently
Poppet.
have a carpet.
I didn't think we'd be able to use the magic carpet without Poppet. It is Poppets.
Damn. That's fair.
Because he hasn't told you the magic word, because he doesn't tell anyone anything.
Also, it was attuned to the instruments.
True.
How many instruments do you have on you? Because I have like 7.
Does this clapping count?
I can make us both fly.
Excellent. I'm going to ask this question. I already know the answer. But when we came onto the boat, were there life rafts?
Not enough life rafts.
They only need one for us.
There probably is. Probably something.
Probably.
A dinghy or some sort of landing dinghy.
Yep. Do we know where that is?
I can only make 2 of us fly.
It would be on the main deck by the thingy.
You can hold someone, right?
Shh. This
You can
guy's
hold
skinny,
him
right?
Between you.
Alright. Start telling the dude.
I like plan. Hey, sorry. Just quickly, should we drop the invisibility and untie this guy and like get all on the same page?
Yes.
Cool.
We're out of here. We're getting out of here.
Okay, so because we're gonna have to attack people, so I think like the invisibility is
I
gonna.
want to keep the invisibility.
Okay.
Because for me, after I make an attack while I'm invisible, it's
Right.
kind of good.
All right. Well, we'll keep that up. But we'll cut down Kale,
Yep.
give him his pendant,
Yep.
and say, "Okay, I'll level with you, man. We aren't sea sprites." I know.
I'm assuming you've become visible at this point.
No.
No? Okay. He's like, then what are you?
We're also with Heimdall's watch. Brant's kind of a dick.
I wouldn't speak of Lord Brant like that.
Oh.
You just made a name.
Another.
He's my father.
But you know.
The man's a war hero.
Yeah. No, that is true.
Saved countless
But-
lives.
That's a discussion for a different time. How are we getting out of here?
How are we getting out? You got any ideas? You got any ideas, Kale?
I don't even have my clothes.
Well,
I
you're
got,
gonna.
I got my underwear and a shirt.
Is your stuff locked away in here?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, we'll give him. We'll get him down.
I just want to get my stuff. Don't care. I want my life. Let's get going.
Good. That's basically what I was heading off to.
Cool.
Let's go.
But yeah, get him down. I'll give him his pendant back.
And
And
clasping it around.
and like.
It's on the long chain like the cover cops keep their badge down.
And like maybe point him, say maybe take some of these guns. Yourself?
He's like fishing through as pulls out these two small sort of like hand crossbow sized.
Is there more of those? I'll put more of those in that holding.
Do we want to?
No, I would take. Well, I was going to think I'll take a long rifle and I will take one of those small ones. Now,
do we want to untie the cow and point it at the stairs and?
I'm going to be honest. Where my plan's kind of going anyway, it's going to be roast beef. So we either have this cow doing a thing. Untie it and point it towards the door and set it free.
Let's do that.
While he's doing that, I'm going to get out my lantern.
Hold on a second. This is out of game information because we don't necessarily know that we're going to war right now. We've only heard cannons start going off.
But we know the gig is up.
And the jig is up. Cool.
We know this person.
I feel like your characters have made a lot of assumptions right now, and they're just.
But the thumping and the smashing is clearly.
You're assuming bad.
While this is going on, you can hear like yelling and so on going up.
Is it good yelling? Like everything is great, everyone. Let's all have a great day.
Would be very loud.
Yeah. This one here doesn't need a.
Hollering.
Like that.
This doesn't need any sort of check. You can hear it. You can hear it.
Hi.
Everyone can hear it. And it's just yelling out, find them. Kill them.
Excuse me? We weren't making any assumptions. Set it free. I get out my lamp and all my lamp oil. And I just smash it and start pouring oil over crates and the gun crates and start going, whatever I have left. We're about to start a fire, and you're going to make us fly.
I can only make two of us fly.
You're going to have to hold on to one dude.
You get both hold on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't carry things though.
You might have to. You might have to adjust your perspective on some
Like
things.
carrying capacity.
I'm sure he can swim.
Actually, because it listed under if you look at strength.
I don't know who they're shooting at. So this will be interesting.
Equipment panel, I think.
Oh, hang on.
Could be another boat.
It could be.
The docks. It could be actual sea spirits.
Amount of weight you can bear. Carrying capacity.
Actual
stress
bottom,
pool
actual
multiplied by
bubbles.
15.
Come because their identity's been
Okay,
stolen.
I can carry quite a bit. A strength score of 11, so.
Between the two of you, I think you'll be able to.
Alright, I'm going to unshackle the cow and sort of lead it around very delicately towards the door.
Now this was a warp mutated.
Yeah.
But it's sedated,
It's
right?
also
Oh,
sedated.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
groggy and everything. It's also you detaching like flesh hooks and everything.
Yeah.
The whole thing. It's like,
I'm like, shh.
and every time you sort of pull a hook, it's giving that sort of
I went with the
sickly
wrong
sort of slurp sound as it comes out of like deep in flesh, and the thing sort of like stirs every time you pull one of these hooks. It's actually sort of somewhat bringing it out of sedation. It's just shocking it out of sedation pretty well.
Okay,
King
so yeah.
out of sedation.
Doing that.
And you'll want lighten the place up.
I'm getting red light.
Prepare it, like, arsoning.
This is fine.
Maybe word picture. What's going on?
So I guess I'm taking the last of the hooks out of the cow. What is it called? What are we calling this thing?
Cow works.
Cow.
Warp bovine.
Mr.
Cow.
Mr. Leland, let this bovine free.
Fluffy.
Fluffy. And I'm going to lead it over towards the door. Is it big enough to... Can it get through the door?
It's okay in its position, sort of in the because it's in cage as well.
Oh, can we open the cage?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Open the cage.
It's basically just like a steel spike sort of slipped into a locking mechanism. It's not like a padlock or anything like that. They don't expect someone to come down here and release it underneath it. They
Now,
just have it there to make sure.
More the fool then.
And don't
I've
have a
seen
big-
Lumberfoots do this and it's worked when I've seen them do it. Are you not in front of it? Like, it's to the side. You open the gate, right? So you're just like,
Yeah.
over it. Just fucking whack it over the backside and see if that gets it moving.
It sort of starts like
And
trying to get to its feet and sort of
I think it's
stumbling a little bit. It's groggy, but it's getting there. you start to hear like a whole bunch of footfalls coming down the stairs, and some of them break off and start. You can hear feet running through, and basically tossing everything in the deck above you.
It's pointed towards the door of the thing we're in right now.
Apparently, yes.
I'm like, I'm sorry, Warp Cow. I get a torch. Oh, and I very carefully. We're going to do this now.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's going to happen.
I very carefully tinder a torch on,
And
I lift up its tail.
Paint us a picture.
I'm not going to hit it, but I'm warming its nethers.
No.
And standing back.
Yeah.
Standing to the side.
What, are you waiting for it to fart?
Go off like a fucking rocket.
So it bellows loudly and just drops it. It's basically like upright. Like it is awake. You have its attention. Well, it's alert, and basically just drops its head down and just barrels towards the doors.
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say when Ryan said you were shocking it out of sedation.
I thought you were going to go for some shock and grasp again.
Yeah.
That seems to be the flavour.
Well, I'm not sure if that right then would count as an attack or a spell, so I'm still invisible.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
For the now, I don't know.
The wall
Until you
around where the door was just explodes.
It made a warp cow shaped hole.
No, it just basically tore that entire wall apart, and the stairs at the base there are just absolutely obliterated.
Did it trip the wire?
Okay. It definitely went across where the wire was.
It tripped. So the alarm goes off.
It's not an audible one, like not everyone hears it. It's specifically tied to the person who casts the spell.
Yes.
But you could in fact, you're not even in the room. You're not even in the same area. To answer your question, the alarm may have been set off.
Now, can you teleport us outside the boat and then cast fly?
I only got one more spell.
You can do one or the other.
One or the other.
Sweet. And the guy's free?
Yeah.
I light the oil. It's time to fucking go.
We can follow the trail of destruction.
It was essentially the stairs are shredded, and the bovine is basically like pinned its horns into the wooden side of the hull, and it's just like trying to wrench itself free, and you can see sort of these points of like it pulls one horn free, and is this flood of water starts coming through. And it pulls the second one free, a second stream of water comes through, and this thing's just like enraged at this whole situation, just like slams its head back into that spot again there, it's just rupturing this point.
Like a bull in some kind of shop.
A bull in a pirate ship, I think you'll find to say
Pirate ship shop.
But yeah, it's essentially like this section there is just like ruptured, and water starts spilling in. The flames in the actual main hold are just sort of starting to lick up some of the central support beams, and starting to like dance across the roof.
All you do is get out to that thing and just fly.
Yeah,
let's go.
Now, weren't people running towards them?
They were currently. The last thing you heard was them running across the deck above you, so we're basically in the actual sleeping quarters area.
So the way out to the deck, is that currently where did the warp cow devastate towards that or away from that?
Towards that, 'cause that's the point. There, that's the direction you pointed it.
Cool. I'm just wondering if we're trying to get out to the deck, is people going to be going after the cow or like be in a different place?
Also, are the stairs still there?
Hence the fly spell.
Yeah. You could just cast fly and go zooming up the...
Alright, we're not invisible anymore.
I am.
How?
I have been attacked.
That is a true fact.
That's
You're
a
not
true fact.
invisible anymore.
So you and me invisible. This guy's just gonna have to figure it out.
Well, you'll become visible the minute
As
you
soon as
cast
you
a
cast a
spell.
spell,
Yeah, I know.
he does not.
I'll basically get my crossbow ready. Just basically, I get one good shot basically at
Cool.
something. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna cast fly.
Crossbow or one of the guns?
I said I threw my bag of holding. I don't have time to really play with it, bring them out, so I'm just doing that.
All right.
Cast fly
All right.
on me and him.
Okay, and give me strength checks for both, or either. Okay, you have the choice. You can both do an individual strength check, or one can assist the other, which gives them advantage.
What's your strength modifier?
It's a 0.
Or I can do a third option of doing a group check, where I give a number that you guys have to total up to.
Do that?
Yeah.
I got +1.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
I got a +1. Oh wait, a +0 strength. Yeah.
I got 16 on my roll.
I got 7.
7 total, including your guidance.
Yeah.
23.
23. Okay, you're struggling, but that's.
You're doing it, Peter! You're doing it!
But yeah, essentially you
Happy
start.
thoughts. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
You start to sort of like lift off the ground. It's a little bit slow because you've cast it before, have you not?
Yeah. I've flown around.
Yes.
I got a 60-foot speed while I do it as well.
Every
Okay.
time we go on the ship, Leyland casts fly. That's how it works.
I got through some traps early on, flying around.
That's right, you did too. This time it's a little bit slower getting off the ground, but you do essentially take off, and between the two of you, basically, an arm underneath each of this guy's armpits, take off. Sort of, give me dex saves as you sort of avoid the thrashing hell
16.
Hell beast, I think is the actual name of it.
Hell beast.
17.
17. Both managed to narrowly avoid the thrashing horns,
Hopefully, people will go towards that.
and you guys basically go straight up through the two holes that are where these staircases run.
As we're doing this, I'm like, I go to Kale. I'm Leland, by the way.
There's a
Not bubbles?
pleasure.
This is it wasn't a good moment before now to introduce myself, and I thought,
As you make your way to the open air, you hear the beast basically like start to crash around, and you hear the yelling and screaming of a couple of the other crew members as they're trying to get downstairs to deal with the fire, and essentially getting pinned to the wall and gored in the process. There's a lot of
Who did this?
gurgling screaming from one of them as he expires, then drowns. You guys sort of start, flying up past the sails, get up past the crow's nest. You can see just like thick smoke beginning to leak up through the hold hatch, and as you start getting a sort of a safer distance, the magazine goes up, and the two masts sort of break away, like evenly splitting as the boat is essentially split in half, and splinters of wood and people are spread out over the ocean. There's a couple of extra secondary explosions of like a vibrant purple and other bits and pieces as some of the relics explode.
I think your footlocker might be gone, mate.
I'll give out a loud woo!
Alright, which way
I'm genuinely excited by this canard.
which way are you heading?
I thought we were gonna have
You
to
do
fight
now.
Hilda. Guess not.
Dun, 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 dun,
see
dun,
that?
dun.
I got
I had
you.
it started up and everything, ready to go.
Turns out, fire on a boat, not good.
Fire in a hold full of dubiously stable magical artifacts.
No. I knew we'd set the boat on fire eventually. It was gonna happen.
I guess we fly towards the coast.
Let's fly to where we're going to meet initially, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is at the actual docks themselves.
Well, okay. We're only flying at about a running speed.
It's not too bad. We've got an hour.
How long does
How long is
Jim run
flight
for
last?
an hour?
You're not that far from the coast. Like they've been hugging the coastline as they go around.
That's what I was thinking. Instead of continuing on the path of the ship, just cut into
Let's just
the
get
coast.
into, let's get into land. Absolutely agree.
Okay, you guys flying along for most of your fly time because it's a lot better than walking.
Correct.
Oh wait, flies 10 minutes.
Okay, so that time is a lot shorter, and you basically just about make it to the cliffs before you start to
Lose altitude?
lose altitude and come. Essentially, you manage to make it to the top of the cliffs.
Sorry, it was invisibility. That was
Oh, it was
an hour. Flies 10 minutes.
You hear and can quite clearly see like the run of smoke and everything. You see fragments of boats appear over your horizon, and well,
That sounds alright.
you have to hope
Oh yeah.
your comrades made it off that boat.
I forgot about that. Bugger.
So you leave for a couple of minutes, then everything explodes.
And
You
Sigrid,
can leave more often. It's so much fun.
Sigrid sees it as well, and peers around. Is like quickly.
He's just as horrified.
She's like, can I borrow your insignia? And she's like, it's like, Hannah, Leland.
Go for Leland.
Oh, thank God! What happened?
So
I totally crossed a Goliath off my list.
Wait, that should have been the first time something was terribly wrong when she slept with
this is true.
Okay. So you killed her.
the note to Ryan. When you met the guy.
Yeah. What was the note? What did the note say?
Is this the actual police officer?
We're Sigrid's we're heading almost due north towards what we think is the entrance to the steps. Do you think you can make it to us?
I shoot up
There's a
like
trail.
eldritch blasts into the air.
Which is probably about half a mile behind from where you guys are at.
We're not walking back.
I'm sure we can make it. It's just going to take a bit of time.
I minor illusion some lights above us.
Our guest is also slightly dehydrated.
I minor losing some lights back, but they're kind of weird.
Because that's the thing now. She hands you a insignia back, and it's like, we'll scout ahead
Yes.
and make a plan while these guys catch up.
Yes.
That was good fun.
That's the plan. We know what to do. We need to get to that thingy. With
Okay.
the thing.
So flashing forward, it's about, like I said, it's going to be about an hour walk to get there, since you both, which is less than that now at this
What
point.
time is it now?
Uh,
Close to sunset.
no, not even.
Oh, okay.
It's the worst part of the day.
Yeah,
day.
you're not having.
So we won't really
Good
make a
time.
little camp. Well, we can make a little camp. So
Uh,
we can go do food and stuff.
or you can stop and wait for these guys to catch up and actually break camp for a bit.
Yeah, we'll set up a little camp and start making lunch.
While we're walking along
Because
the
we can both
cliff,
source food
I also stay invisible until the spell wears off.
as
Which
long
is-
as possible.
Not long, because you didn't have much long before you
No.
left.
while we're walking along the cliffs, I'll just be looking and seeing if there's any survivors from the wreck. We can see the wreck from what
You can see the wreck. Basically, you see like the smoking lower part of the hull. You can see a few sort of survivors sort of hanging on to Flotsam and
Jetsam.
Jetsam, and sort of like trying to paddle their way to the shore.
How many feet away would you say they are?
We would be more talking yards, and possibly further.
How much
It's outside of even in a range of most spells,
Okay.
unless you've got some sort of super extra long snipey bullshit, which is still.
What about some
we're
sort of-
talking? You went the full distance, full speed of your fly speed for the full time
That's cool. Just asking questions. I'm only asking questions.
because
Right?
you want to kill people in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send the drink.
What
Genie.
you do see,
Genie.
what you do see at one point is like one guy sort of like hanging onto this
yeah, the
barrel
genie could
floating
carry
along,
that guy.
and then all of a sudden it's like under the water,
Ruffle.
and there's like red.
I don't think you need to worry about them.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's like an angry Goliath hanging on to like a raft, shaking their fist, cursing
She's
the
actually on
sky
the
at
entire
us.
door.
She'll never let go.
That's true, Titanic reference.
She'll never let go.
Okay, roll a perception.
Hey. Oh, that's a good roll.
That's a very good roll. 27.
You've got disadvantage because it's daytime.
That is true. 26.
Jesus.
Out of 16.
You spot it first because apparently, like the blinding fucking orb in the sky is not enough to dampen your drow
I've got some fucking
eyes.
sick cool aviators on. That gets not less bad.
You do not. You've got sick cornea burning going on as well. You've got
I'm just constantly screaming, there's something over there!
But you see this large form just sort of flying away from the wreckage as well. You can't make major details, but
I bring out that telescope thingy
uh-huh.
and I look at it and see if I can see anything better out of it all.
Currently looks like you're looking through the bottom of a glass. It has no charge in it currently.
Magic, how does it work?
Limited uses.
With batteries.
Per day?
Well, while we're walking, I'll be chatting with Kale and like, so what's your deal?
You're gonna sleep with this one as well.
No.
What's a dude? I'm not going to say which way this goes, but
Mate, you do you. We just want you to be happy.
I don't see why you got to be like that about it. Right?
Jesus Christ. Captain Rother put me on undercover work.
We work for Hrothguy too.
I thought I saw you.
Leland. Welcome. You know
Wait.
me.
You two are the conscripts.
That's the nicest I've ever heard that said.
I prefer the term unhired help.
You guys are working off your sentences.
Pretty damn well, I'd say.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm very appreciative. You've saved my life.
And we stopped
I can-
another major smuggling thing.
I can just about guarantee that I would be dead by night's end.
Oh,
Yeah, that boat was totally on fire
Look,
and shit.
Oh,
yeah.
if you guys didn't turn up, I'd be served up to.
Oh, honey, just
Hadrig
I wouldn't say that out loud
and
because
his-
the day's still young.
Wait, sorry, Hadrian?
I would have been served up to Hadrig and his boss.
Is Hadrian the
Quick
guy
smoke.
we're trying to visit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to see that guy too. That's who we're off to visit.
What do you?
We're-
What's leading you that direction?
We're on the Craven case. Craven case. The old...
Graven smuggling illegal crystal case.
The Craven Syndicate.
The daggers? Illegal crystal.
The blue candles. You know.
I've heard some of these guys talk about a craven. That
It's a weapon that takes over people and they do bad
And
things.
a gnome. It's also a gnome. A gnome wizard. Wizard.
I think Adric's boss is a gnome.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
The case is coming together. You gotta meet our friend Poppet and our associate.
Just be very careful.
Sigrid.
Poppet talks a lot.
Yeah, chatty bitch.
You have Lady Sigrid with you.
That's what you said.
Yeah. Old Sigrid pants.
I'm just firing up more minor illusions of light so they know where our camp is.
How have you got one of the?
Oh, we're just blessed.
Sheer animal magnetism.
Asthma, one of the asthma.
Yeah. You guys must be on one hell of a task.
Yeah, we're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, we're kind of a big deal.
So how is it you ended up on the same ship as me?
Sea
Life,
sprites.
Tracking down the same...
Finds a way.
Playful sea sprites.
Undercover as playful sea sprites.
So what's got you going to, what are you chasing Hedrick on? Why has our paths ended up converging?
Well, we're tracking down the whole smuggling crystal part of it.
One of those
tap
he grabbed one of the guns, right?
You know all these cool guns I've now got? Yeah, it's pretty much it. They're going, this is pretty awesome. Like, can't wait to look at these more. But this and the crystals that go into making these.
Yeah, this is the smuggled relics.
Yeah.
Still connected.
There's a whole bunch, I'm assuming, at the bottom of the ocean now. Which is good.
And may they rest there.
What was the deal with that cow thing? Why was there a cow thing tied up on the ship? That's pretty weird to be like...
I don't know what they've... They got us to some shit in those smugglers' caves.
Bit fighting.
They've been harvesting those beasts.
Oh.
And taking various body parts and everything. What the hell they do with it, I've got no idea.
Various body parts?
They could be using them to smuggle crystal.
Or like,
they drug it up.
They're mutated by the crystals. They could be like...
Organs for weird things. Either way...
Virility treatments.
By pure chance, I used some totally legitimate contacts to find that boat, pay for passage. Yes, I get to keep 300 gold. Yes, boy!
Alright.
So you remember it's tagged.
Yeah. That's more of a concern for the person he gives it to than himself.
And I believe it has more power the closer together, so if I spent like at bars and ones and twos.
Money laundering.
All about singles.
That's right.
You need a laundromat.
That's right.
But, what do you plan to do when you get in there? Do you have...
We're not really a planned sort of...
As you could
Do
tell...
you have reinforcements coming?
As you could tell, we came here on a boat. There is now no longer a boat. If you look back at our previous history, that pretty much sums up most of our missions. We're just going to assume a similar thing will occur. There's a smuggler, we'll be there, then there will cease to be a smuggler.
I couldn't look back on things. I've been doing this this undercover thing for months now.
We're not so much undercover, more of a covert ops hit squad.
And we've got your very impressive Valkyrie with us, so we don't really need backup. Also, I'm a powerful wizard.
Look, don't you worry about Blank. Let me worry about Blank. We will get into the location of that guy. We'll find a way to get there. We'll sort of what we need to sort out. And he will go down. And it will go down spectacularly. And then we'll all leave and live happily lives.
We'll get them to tell us where Craven is, and then we will...
So what's your approach?
First of all, we gather information.
Our approach was land with the boat. So we're on approach B right now.
Plan B is still in formulation.
We don't have Plan B.
Yeah, I know.
Once we get there, I have contacts. We'll have ways to slowly and sneakily get to where we need to be.
Or we'll just set the place on fire and hope that Craven falls out.
You've been here before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Pull the map out. How accurate is this map?
And he's looking over it, it's like, the cave structure's fine.
Is the locations legit?
For the most part, some of these sentry points seem off.
I figured there might be a few errors with it.
Yeah, like, she split us up and tried to murder us. But she didn't do a very good job trying to murder you and me.
She
did kind of slay you.
Hey! Just criminal operations, just sloppy work.
When she was pouring drinks, I was fully expecting you to get poisoned or something.
Yeah, that was likely. Leland's not a thinking things through type of thing.
Yeah, this area up here is where Hadrian is definitely based. Getting in there is difficult. What's up?
Oh, so I said it noise, so.
Getting in there is difficult because it is a raised area. There's only 2 ways, well, 3 ways really, coming down the steps. But there is troops coming up and down there, bringing stuff in and out all the time, and then stuff going up to ship off to wherever they're heading their stuff off to.
Yep.
Otherwise, from inside, you can only get across through this footbridge, which basically means you need to get around most of the place, or up through the lift. But the lift is controlled from up at the upper level. So you either need to get down that way somehow, through the steps, or infiltrate some other way.
If only we could infiltrate some way.
I don't get...
I know, magic! Pew, 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 pew!
Are these alright. So we're going to catch up with your...
At some point. I'm assuming...
What was
you're
your
shooting
plan?
these off. I'm assuming that's a sign for here we're camping or help, we're under attack and we're all dying.
We'll get there soon.
Yeah.
Just maintaining a symbol of the Heimdall's watch symbol above us.
Subtle.
For everyone to see.
Any survivors in the water are like, those cocky sons of bitches.
Motherfucker. Just lands on the big fire. It takes you
Best damn pirate I've ever seen.
takes you about an hour and a half to catch up to Poppet and Sigrun, who have set up a sort of a small campsite that's amongst
Lunch on the
sort of
stove.
an outcropping, enough space to sort of set up a little bit of a place to kip for a little bit, relax, briefly,
Take a short rest.
take a short rest,
Yeah.
and sort of recuperate a little bit.
Well, you got a little chance to recuperate, and if you do go on a short rest, I'm not going to do a long rest, I might burn through some of my hit dice to heal up a little bit.
Well, here's the thing: you could, if you wanted to set up an actual camp, actually take a long rest.
I would like that.
If you want to do
Yeah, maybe a long rest is
some
not a bad
sort of
idea.
night incursion, that could actually be a
I
way.
actually think a
That's-
night is probably better, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay, so long rest. Is that cool?
Yeah,
So,
that's up to you. What
These
what you wanna
steps...
I can get back up to
Don't
full.
forget, you might be time restricted on things. You don't know who's going to make it out of that shipwreck. So, weigh that up. An hour break, less resources back. 8-hour break, more resources back, other risks.
We tell you that we think we found the steps. The entrance to the steps.
That's good news.
That's good news. I think we should take a long rest, and then we're at full fighting potential.
We
More
also made
spells,
this
more spells, more better.
It's true.
Put on a pot of tea.
And we can attack at night.
And attacking at night means that you're at full fighting weight as well. And maybe we can try and rustle up some pants for Kale.
Yeah, he'd probably be banged roughed up too. He's going to help us. It wouldn't make it bad for him to be...
And Sigrun can shine her brightest.
No, she got the disguise we made for her. Oh wait, the jig is totally fucking up.
How long will it take... You guys went there. How long will it take to get to the steps and traverse the steps?
How long did it look far away? Because we could see.
Honestly, at this point here, it'd probably be about another hour hike to
Hour's
get to
hike.
where you thought it was, and then
I think it's an hour's hike away.
and Sigrun's eyes over Kale is like before the long rest.
Yeah, I
does
know
the
you.
whole does the whole lay on hands, like the eye socket starts to sort of the bruising reduces. He's able to open his eye up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the pain goes away, but yeah. But then long rest territories are there.
So everything comes back.
So, we have consensus. Do you want to do a long rest? Or do you want to go now?
Yeah, you can rest.
Who's long rest? Oh, I'm indifferent.
Go into cover of darkness.
Right, long rest it is.
Yep.
I don't need that much rest really. I grab one of those that rifle thing out.
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like
Tinker.
learn to see how it kind of. I'm sure it's like a trigger, and I kind of like get used to the weight a little bit of it, and I want to put that scope. And I've got no way to really like equip on there fully at the moment, but just get some strength. I'm just gonna.
Okay, so you're playing around with that scope thing. It's not actually like a magnifying glass.
It
is a
Weapons.
what it does is it's similar to I think a monk ability where you can work out what a thing's weaknesses are. You can basically
I've not had that.
Ask to your head like that.
That could be a thing too.
it's a monk ability where you get you can find out either some weaknesses, resistance. Yeah, so resistances.
Complete your Widowmaker cosplay.
Yeah, you can basically like ask whether it's got a weakness or a strength or.
Actually, I can get to with like if I go more get a long range option, then I can go more spot and like scope through things. And go, that thing has this. It's just a spot, useful spot to hold it for now, without incorporating it into equipment and stuff. Yeah,
Sam Fisher headgear.
Widowmaker.
Or Widowmaker.
You're completing the cosplay. He's even got a giant rifle.
We could borrow
and I've got
your cloak.
and I have got a grappling hook thing.
The whole spider thing going on.
And I have a grappling hook thing.
You have a grappling hook thing?
Yeah, a little crossbow.
Teleport.
You just need an annoying little fart mine now.
Or how do you feel about crazy experimental surgery? 7 of 9 ocular implants.
As a drow, I'm pretty much all for it.
Excellent. I'm gonna need some thread and a knife. Oh, I have a knife.
I have expensive wine. I let myself out.
And hemorrhage into your eyeball.
But yeah, the rifle, you're going to sort of have an actual.
I'll do a test shot. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anyone like from the boat? Can we see like any like?
You're not too far away from the
That's like
dark.
And at this range, it will be an automatic critical.
It's got the same effective range as a longbow.
Yep.
So 150/600. It is 1d8 damage.
Yep.
Plus 1d6 fire.
Nice. So that's potentially.
It does, however, take an action to reload. So yeah.
Cool.
Single shot
That's
action to
potentially
reload.
1d8, 5d6 on a surprise target. Critical.
Oh dear.
But it's slow fire.
It's slow fire, yeah.
It's literally.
What about the? I'm assuming the other ones that I got were pistols.
Yeah. Essentially, same sort of stats as a hand crossbow.
The 1d8.
So
1d6.
1d6 on hand crossbows, and again plus d6 on the fire damage. They are laser beams.
Beam.
But there's
Pistol time.
you fucking give away Whisper straight away.
I didn't give it away. Just threw it away.
No one else can.
But yeah, again, same deal. They're single shot reload.
Yeah.
Which
is good.
Just from talking to him and stuff, is Kale like is he like combat ready or anything like that, or is he all like
He's more recon
He's
than
more-
combat. He can hold his own, but he's not.
he's not like secretly like an Eldritch Knight fighter or anything like that?
He's not secretly fucking. You know.
All this time, Sigrun turned out to be a badass paladin, so you know, just ask him.
She can heal.
Rise up and heal.
Yeah. So night falls. You've had a crack with your rifle. It doesn't take an ammunition. It's just it has its own.
Just space up
It's
the
from-
shit. It takes a while to charge.
Yeah,
up
it's
again,
kind of like
essentially.
like cracking a fuse on an electrical circuit.
Yeah, so I was supposed to get the rifle out and I was put the pistols.
At some
Kitted
point, you probably have
the fuck
to respec into fighter gunslingers.
Well, I think there is a feat for like fast reload and stuff like that, but I don't know if I'm.
I think it's mostly for crossbows.
You just-
Crossbows,
yeah.
because they actually like
It's just
pull bolts.
interesting. Like I need some extra firepower, quick, smart type of thing. Just
Had like a brace of pistols.
two in a rifle. And I mean, we can discuss how much I kind of took. So I took a bunch and just film in there because it'd be interesting to.
Ostensibly, some of that might be for evidence later, maybe.
Yeah, there's
If it
that.
survives.
Wow.
What?
Nothing.
Do you remember the last time you saw these certain things? That at some point they broke down.
It's a good point.
Might just keep them as spares.
Okay. So night falls. You guys are long rested up.
Yep.
Gotta hit that long
You
rest
are
button.
about
Much.
you are about an hour's,
Long
hike.
rest.
Not at a
Take
fast
long
march,
rest.
just a regular pace. You
40.
start getting close to the spot that you
Mm-hmm.
recognised, and
Well,
you see a rocky. You see a rocky.
I can always recognize the geographical features of.
You see that rocky outcrop you saw from up in the air. This time it's slightly lit by a couple like torchlights that are sort of within the. So you see the sort of slight glow around the edges of the rocks, and you can just sort of hear the chatter of people as they're sort of working away. You can also hear the sound of like metal cartwheels on steel,
Like mine carts.
like mine carts, and the sound of like crates being shifted. Every now and then you just sort of hear the sound of like horses, just the standard horse sounds that I'm not going to try and not going to try and do Foley work on because I am not a Foleyist. Not the clacking of the
Really,
strings.
I insist that you do.
Sorry?
Really, I insist that you do.
for the immersion.
But
though.
yeah, from your position there, yeah, you can see people sort of loading stuff from small carts within this outcrop into larger wagons.
What are they loading?
Just like crates similar to what you guys saw in the ship. There's like several different sizes, shapes, and everything. Like that. Just loading them into carts, and those carts take off towards the mountains.
So sorry. Time out. Same page sort of thing. The reason we're coming to the Blood Cliffs is because this is where the shipments from Londinium were going to.
Yes.
That was the information we had.
Yeah.
Addendum to this, we know a boat was sailing from Gezerek filled with relics and guns and shit heading to here as well.
Yep.
Yes. And what mutated beasts
And-
and whatnot.
Hadric is running the show here, as far as we know.
That's the information you have.
And he's the contact that the doppelgangster had.
Yep.
And
It's the name of the doppelganger knew.
yeah.
Yes.
And
it's the person that Hilda was going to bring.
yeah, Kale said that Hilda was working for Hadric.
Yes. So she
And
was
Hadric
probably
also
going
has
to
a
turn you over
boss
to
up the line
Hadric
as well. That was something
Presumably
that
is,
was something
is-
that Kale specifically said. Like Hadric and his boss, who he
Is
is,
a
is a
dwarf.
gnome.
Okay,
No.
I just wanted to recount
Sure
where
thing.
we're at and like, okay, cool, same page. So like, this is a port where like the contraband that we're looking for is being shipped through.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool,
And
cool.
from what we can briefly see, it comes from here, then goes somewhere else around here, and might also come here and head out as well. But
Okay, so
I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace of the party.
plus 10 to stealth.
Yes. And we leave no trace. And we can't be tracked except by magical means.
yep, let's roll that natural 20 and get like a 41 on stealth roll.
Okay,
So
so
what's his face can still see us because he used magical means to track us, but everything's fine.
okay,
You gotta get that light off me, by the way.
you're right.
Never.
You're right.
Scrying
Yes.
thing.
Never.
Yeah. Remind me next time when we're actually having the chat outside. So I actually
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's not needed right now.
Can you make it always on so that he just never gets magical items because the guy can never see that he's done work?
that's the counterpoint.
I don't want on all the time. Just when I want to do other extracurricular activities.
He's got one with the switch.
Essentially, when you want to do your drug deals, you want
I
to
don't
do
know
an
what you're talking
obvious spot.
about. Hey, you're a cop. You have to tell me. You legally have to tell me.
I'm not a cop. You're the cop.
You have to tell me.
Okay, so
Yes, yes.
if you want to get a bit of a better reconnaissance of this area, go stealthing up a little bit further first.
Yeah.
I will come with
So
you.
we're plus 10 on these.
Considering this being back.
That's probably fair. I'm glad we're plus 10. So that
So
is
I got a total of 11.
19.
19?
I rolled a 7, so I got 28.
It was a 2, it became a 19.
Jesus fucking Christ. You
I guess I'm
as
going with you guys too,
You
yeah.
can always
Please
aim back as well if you wanted to.
No, I'll go with this. I got a
Plus 10.
30.
Okay. We start.
After that hour of being invisible, you got really used to being in shadows.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
So stealthing up closer, you
Currently in the
start.
veil of shadows and silence.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's like going home.
what you can see
Set the screen.
is there's a couple of cart drivers that are loading up their carts. There's also maybe every 20 minutes to half an hour, one of those push carts comes up through the K system, and they unload it, and then that cart goes back down again. Then another 20 minutes, another one comes up. What you are noticing that it's about a rotation of every 4 times the same crew comes back through again. So there's four teams working.
There's a full rotation.
Yeah.
And the cart's always going out into the mountains, aren't they? There's nothing going in.
No, they come up, then they go back down.
There's little push carts that come up from underground.
Yep.
And then they get loaded into larger, it's not actually horse-drawn carts
Proper
that
carts.
That's what I mean.
Take
Nothing going into.
nothing's coming in.
Yeah.
From this point.
Right.
It's just basically it's going to rotate from this point, but nothing's going in.
So how many teams of 4? 4 teams of 4?
There's
How many crew per car?
there's two people per cart.
Okay, so we just need to kill 8 people.
There's 6 of us. We only need to kill 6.
Formulate your plan.
And that's what
No,
you guys
I'm
are
just
gonna-
saying,
I've
like,
given you the information.
as
You
each
make
of the
this
team
plan,
comes
we'll
up,
do-
we just
we'll-
need to kill 2 people at a time. We can do that.
Are there just general guards at the top? Just...
There is a couple of guards. That
To
you
be
spot.
fair, I might be able to do it, kill one straight away.
But yeah, formulate your plan. We'll have this little plan run through, see how much time we've got going and see if we don't jump into the rest of the Smuggler's Cave.
Do we
etc.
want to
The
completely...
mystery at Smuggler's Cove.
Do we want to completely and utterly sneak past this? Because it's got the potential of them going, where's the stuff? It stopped coming through. And them investigating and then warning. So we sneak past. Like, if we sneak past, they don't know what's going on. They'll just keep doing what they're doing. And we can go deal with Smuggler King John.
Adric.
Thank you. We can deal with him. Deal with Hadric.
Yep.
Then go out and fuck some shit up. And then explore this bit a bit more. Or we fuck this up right now, but then they'll probably mean that group, wherever this is going to, they'll probably go, something's gone wrong, and they'll probably pick up and bail. But do we have the resources to sneak past?
How long does
check
Pass Without Trace last for?
An hour.
Cool, so we're on this.
How high are the cliffs?
You look about 100 feet.
No, I don't have enough rope.
I'm just like, I am hesitant. Just don't let anybody know that I said this. I am hesitant for us to just walk up and start murdering the guards.
Hence why I suggested avoiding them.
I know, but your other plan was just walking up and murdering the guards, right?
I didn't have that plan at all.
Okay.
Why would I suggest
You said
murder?
disrupting the thing here.
Yeah, it's not murdering. You're the one who thought we were going to murder people. Ross Weston, you
Silly me.
Look, in all fairness, yes, some people may get hurt to the point where they no longer exist.
Hurt back into last week. No. What I'm getting at is, like, if shit pops up and it becomes a fight, then cool. But like,
I think we should avoid him because I don't want to trip off any alarms.
yeah, okay, I'm with you. Are we bringing Sigrun with us, or are we doing a stealth mission?
Well, I think we probably want as much firepower as possible.
Cool.
And passed without a trace.
The other dude,
Kale.
We've passed without a trace.
Leafy
Hopefully we can sneak through.
Yep.
If not, we fight, and then we lose out wherever this stuff goes to, but we get the smuggler and get some stuff at least anyway.
All right. Let's do it.
I might be able to scale the cliffs
That's exciting.
and get to the bottom and do something. I don't know.
I thought it was better coming in through the top.
Yeah, this
Probably.
is like a
We're
direct
on the
line
top.
into where we need to go. This
Yeah,
stuff, yeah.
Because the other way we have to sneak around the docks and across a footbridge and then up an elevator.
Well, I didn't know where I'd end up when I scaled down the cliff.
If we get caught, there's a good chance we can fight and not raise the alarm to where we need to go. So let's just try and snake.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Let's go back and grab Sigrid and Kale. Yeah.
The stealthy
Well, Kale seems pretty stealthy.
And he's pantless. We're peak pantless.
That won't draw attention at all.
He is a naked man.
I've got a nice dress you can borrow.
I'm assuming we'll have, like, spare clothes in our packs. I mean, mine are too small, but Waylon might have spare clothes.
I do have fine clothes.
He can wear your finery.
Is he Donald ducking it right now?
You can wear your finery.
Like I said, underwear and a shirt is basically.
He's Donald ducking it, basically.
Sigrid brought her a disguise kit, which is all of the rags she could find.
That's actually true.
I do have fine clothes in my kit.
He
That is
would
a
find
thing.
clothes.
We
You
also
could have a dapper gent following you along.
or you could be following the Dapper Gent who is pretending to be some, like, smuggler person thing.
Or a pimp.
A person with a pimp.
I imagine Leland's
And Hannah
fine clothes
is
are
his,
very much on the pimp end of the spectrum.
Henry is the merchandise.
Incorrect. Hannah is never the merchandise.
How...
The
Can
only
you imagine,
time
like,
Hannah is the merchandise is
price
when
you
she
could
is saying,
get on
don't
a
touch the
drow.
merchandise.
That's right.
What kind of price could you actually get on a drow? How often do they engage in this kind of work?
None.
Like, what could you actually charge
No, we do
for?
the enslaving.
Yeah,
That's
but
accurate.
if someone had a drow on
There's
offer...
not a lot of return business, though.
No,
Because
but
they're dead
not
and
necessarily.
filled with spider eggs.
Look, that's a part of the risk factor. That could be a draw card. That,
Oh, yeah.
that could be a draw card for the people
That's-
who would
that's-
seek this kind of
That's
companion.
clearly somebody's fetish.
They like the risk.
What are we even doing?
We are pimping out Hannah.
What is happening?
We're sneaking past the guards.
Cool, let's do that.
Okay.
We're going back for Sigrid and Kale and
Yep.
listening about cigars. He's
Alright.
not Donald Ducking it. Cool.
Is Kel dressed in finery? Is Kel dressed in
He's a dapper gent now.
Hey Ryan, what are we doing?
Deal with me.
Right.
God, he's just
Wait,
rolling
roll?
dice until he gets one that he likes.
Wait for 20.
If you have a pimp with rare and valuable
No, I got it.
merchandise,
I'm shooting with
Stop
stealthing
it.
in.
Oh,
Tell me what you're doing.
We're sneaking through.
sneaking through.
I got 24 because I rolled a 3.
Stealth. For Puppet, that's a 30.
I got a 19.
For Sigrun, she has a number next to her stealth. Sigrun gets 17 stealth. Those rags are really doing something for her.
17, including pass without trace.
She doesn't have
Still
best
good,
skills.
Ryan. Don't have to say it like that.
She's constantly lit.
Yeah.
This is a miracle.
I can see you going to the fuck. But no, as a group, your majority passed.
The median stealth.
You managed to sneak past the first pair of guards, getting in closer towards the
I'll get Sigrun ready for combat.
getting closer into the actual cave entrance. You can see it's only about 8 feet wide. There is a narrow set of actual steps carved into the rock heading down, and then there's 2 sets of tracks, that one running right down the middle, one running to the left hand side of the pathway. The at the top, that rail sort of does a little loop, so you don't have the most amount of space to go down.
So we can just like crawl, climb the roof.
I'm Spider-Man whenever I can.
So yeah, but you're sort of got past the first set of guards, but there is another pair of guards like right at the entrance. If you want to try and stealth past those, or you want to take them out.
If we know Sigrun's the issue, because we know Sigrun's the issue,
If we put her in the bag of holding,
or make her invisible,
Yeah.
because she's an issue.
That is
What happens
Yep.
when light becomes invisible?
pretty sure that's a black hole.
So we'll be even stealthier.
Hello, NASA. We've got a D&D question.
Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking, get out of your grave. Answer us.
Oh, yeah, Stephen Hawking.
Okay.
Bleep bloop.
Bleep bloop.
That's not what he sounded like at all.
Yeah, I could actually, if we're going to do that, I'll
Make
chuck
both of
her
them.
the invisibility potion that I've been
yeah.
carrying around
Yes.
for way too long.
Yes.
Oh, you're going to let her chug that one? Yeah. That's a good call.
Drink this.
It's good for you.
It's full of vitamins and minerals.
What we could do, we could,
Not seeing.
maybe you and I can stay behind. Let those people try and sneak past the other guards, and if shit goes bad,
Get out of there.
I get the one on the left, you get the one on the right.
Okay.
Like,
I don't know that I could put down somebody in one turn,
I
but...
don't know if I can either, but
Right, yeah, cool.
or maybe we just both shoot the
Right.
guy on the left, and then there's one less, and then we just steal that one person.
So stealthing or taking him out?
We're going to stay behind, see if everyone else can sneak past. If they do, fantastic, then we'll
Alright, cool.
sneak through.
James,
I'm going
we'll
with.
roll some stealth for both of you. Sigrun gets advantage because she's invisible.
Okay. For a combat. That is 27.
Okay.
For Sigrun, what's the advantage? I roll twice and take the highest?
Yep.
The first roll is a 21. The second roll is a 25. She'll take the 25.
You guys sort of like tiptoeing past, and just as sort of Sigrun's moving past the one on the right, he sort of stops for a second and sort of looks
Into the
towards
void.
where you're. You know, you snuck through sort of nice and low to the ground and got through quite easily.
Naturally.
The other one sort of stops and like looks directly where you think Sigrun would be, and sort of looks quizzingly at this space.
Stares into the void.
And he's like, shakes his head, he's like, and turns to his buddy, he's like, man, I've been up too long. I'm starting to fucking hear things.
You should go to sleep.
I know.
Wait. Alright, I'm going to try and sneak past him.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to guidance myself and try to sneak past.
I got 31. Oh dear.
Plus 10.
Oh, hang on.
10.
23.
Now 24 got them to look at it.
Yeah. I think you might be alright.
Even Sigrun got through.
You managed to sneak through.
I do have... I got a +5 stealth. It's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad.
Like,
So,
if
I rolled
Sigrun out
You managed to sort of shuffle past, again, with the cover of darkness. You guys managed to shuffle past these.
you hear weird sounds in the
Is
night.
Kale with us, or is he hanging back?
Is Kyle with you? Or is he hanging back?
I'm assuming he would come through with the...
Well,
First
roll up for
group.
Kale then.
I don't know what his modifier is.
What's his
Or a
deal?
roll.
15.
Plus 10, 25? Or is that including the plus
I'm
10?
including the 10.
You rolled a 5.
Okay, so rolling back slightly, because that was part of that first group. Before you two sneak through. Yeah. He gets spotted
Kill him.
as he's on the approach.
Shoot him.
He's supposed to be... Yeah, I'll shoot Carl. It's like, who are you? It just explodes.
Oh, it's happening again!
Okay, so, what are you doing?
Yeah, we
The minute the guards, I guess, go, who the fuck, and reach for their swords, I will surprise shoot the guy on the left, like I said I would.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'll shoot the guy on the right.
You get some
Alright.
advantage.
I'm using... Now, those guns, did
Yep.
they make lots of noise?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm using the hand crossbow.
Sure.
I am assuming a 21 hits?
Yep.
Excellent. It's the hand
Yep.
crossbow
Yep.
plus sneak attack,
Yep.
and this times 2.
Yep.
That's a lot of ones. So I'm glad it's +2. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very crap. So 16. That's a bit better.
It's not going to be that impressive with mine.
45.
Fucking rogues. Alright. This
And
guy
that was
here-
with the first roll was literally 1s and 2s.
Um,
And you don't add the plus for that second bit, do you? Like you got the +6.
yeah, that's already added.
Yeah,
on
good.
to
I know that
the
one's
end
good.
total.
Cool.
Okay, this single bolt basically like fires straight to this guy's throat as he goes down, like choking, and drops. Shot on you. Shot on you.
So 2 Eldritch Blasts into the other guy.
Sure.
I got a +10 on my Eldritch Blast now. Yeah. So, just with Roderick. It's 21.
Yep.
21.
And on the second shot, I'll just put both of them into him. It's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my D10? This D10. 8. 9. 19.
19.
No, it makes a cooler noise than that.
Alright. The guy that you shot at is still kicking, so rolling for initiative at this point.
I rolled a 1. That's a bad number to roll for initiative. So I'm 3. Ryan, I'm 3.
Sigrun is 4.
Fuck you, Sigrun.
Pop is 6.
We're gonna make it after all. 19.
Can we just blow this guy's head up as well?
Okay.
And we've got the other
He's probably 20 though.
Kale.
He's the closest.
So he rolled a natural 1.
Kel is 14 plus whatever his initiative is, right?
So 15 total.
Okay. Kel is initiative.
He's the
Why
worst
did we
guy.
bring him?
I don't know.
Why
I
you
told you
guys
it wasn't
bring him?
a
You
main
brought
combat
him.
guy. He was an investigator, not a combat
Yeah,
guy.
we should be able to investigate, not go like sneaking around in a
He
cave.
better come in handy. He
Okay.
better fucking come in handy, Ryan.
Huh?
You carried him.
I
from
will
that ship.
shoot the guy on the
You
right.
brought him there.
And he's being flanked by an ally.
I thought, what would Poppet do?
There's only the one guy
Take
left
the
that
beast.
currently stands.
I know.
You took your guy out.
Good point.
Oh, critical's on a 20. Boo earns. I'm assuming a 29 hits.
Yeah.
Can cows swim? You
10.
can't just tell Poppet they can.
16.
Burgers float.
Poppet was asking if cows can swim. He heard about the cow.
23. So the
There was one of those cows on board. How crazy is that?
23 total?
yes.
Okay. With another single shot, this basically like bolt straight through the sternum, and this guy is down. Made you guys roll for initiative for very little, yeah, like,
Good.
but it could have gone
you,
bad.
you made us do very embarrassing initiative rolls for nothing.
Not for nothing. It did things for me. Okay.
If you want something done right, do
You
it
have
yourself.
2 guard corpses.
Loot the uniforms.
I don't
Have
need to loot his
uniforms?
uniform. I'll make myself look like one of them.
Oh, you've got the
Disguise self.
disguise
Do
self.
the guards have uniforms?
Uh,
Not really.
Kale.
But yeah, one of the guards whose head is still
Oh.
intact that I can
Dress
see,
up.
I will disguise myself as him.
Yes, is one of them kale sized? Roughly.
Yeah, give me my fucking clothes back.
gives him some basic leathers. Giving him +1 to his AC, which may come
Kale
up.
gets +1 AC.
And
In
what's your...
regards to the actual corpses themselves.
Yes.
I assume you want
Let's
those?
get to eating.
Are there any dumpsters around here?
Is there like any like that we've noticed so far, like a spot
I've played
in the
Splinter
cave
Cell.
kinda-
Can we like
just
carry
do
them
the
behind any convenient boxes or something?
Outcropping of rock.
Tried wedging between a couple of rocks.
That's what I was thinking, like hiding him on the
Sigrun,
side.
get to it.
How far are we from the cliff edge?
We're gonna gold top these motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
The...
Hell yeah.
You would be able
One,
to get rid of the corpse.
2.
And then they land on the docks below. No suspicion whatsoever.
the docks are within caves that are sort of actually
So
currently
it's
beyond.
fine.
Or you could do what you tell me what you want to do. I'll tell you how you do it.
How far are the cliffs?
They would be about half an hour
Oh.
walking from this point.
No, that's true.
We will, like, this is a cave, so it's going to be, like, impervious. I'm assuming there'll be, like, some, like, little spot down below. We can, like, throw that and throw some rocks in the way. Because it's dark in here, yeah? For the most part, yeah. So, like, just put them out of sight so they're not blatant corpses.
In a doorway.
Why does no one...
What?
Why does everyone react to the idea of throwing a corpse over a cliff?
I'm absolutely all for it, but the cliffs aren't easily
Yeah, they're too
accessible.
far away. Yeah.
I'm all fucking down for that plan.
Down the clown.
Look, later on we can come back and we can throw them over the cliffs.
Cast levitate on them. Just let them float up into the air.
Yes, can't fly. Let this corpse fly up.
It's beautiful.
Let's Metal Gear Solid.
I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life. It's something I can watch these corpses like.
You guys are fucked up, man. I don't even know anymore.
Okay.
What the hell happened
Tell
to
me what
us?
you're doing.
Whip up my mandolin and play a song to levitate the corpses. Or fly them.
Basically, I'm sure I said it's a cave. There'll be
Well,
some
it's
spots
not.
on the side.
How long does the levitate last for?
Levitate?
So you're gonna play a
10
musical.
minutes.
You're gonna play a musical
Only 10
instrument
minutes.
to make you levitate.
It's the best idea in the world. Not right now. Later.
But-
When we're playing around with them.
Yep, so we'll drag him to a central find a spot where we can throw them, like hide them to the side and throw some rocks on them. Like just basically put them to the side, it's dark. Hopefully they won't be noticed.
And they can find them.
Straight away.
I'm going to go through the one that I'm disguising myself as. I'm going to go through his pockets, see if he has a wallet or something.
Any identifying materials?
Okay.
Badge.
Passcode for the day. Encryption key.
Features
the
of his
green
wife and
key
children. A full identity there.
In his pocket is the small
A little frog.
A picture of his children.
there's a small bit of parchment just with a basically just saying who's it's got a set of names and carts.
I'll read it.
Essentially, it's a checklist of who's come to pick up and who's taken what.
Useful. But boring. Crumple up, throw away.
Aside from that, he's just got his basic weapons, which all your respective gear is better, unless you want to start throwing more stuff into the bag of holding, so it becomes a bag of knives.
Does he have any gold?
20 gold on him.
I take his gold.
Don't know why he's got that in the middle of a fucking cliff in the middle of nowhere, but he has money on him.
And now I do.
And weirdly, 4 wolf pelts.
Where did this spider get a gold ring?
Okay.
We'll keep going.
Yep. Okay, heading down. Unless you actually want to walk on the tracks, it's going to be single file going down the down the
I think
actual
we can
steps.
go single file down the actual steps.
How
If
high
we're
is the
using
ceiling?
the tracks for all of them.
About 8 feet.
I walk on the ceiling.
Which the net result is your head is about 2 feet off the ground.
I high five you guys.
And
Yeah,
everyone's
that's height!
But it's a low five.
No, it's a high five.
For-
for him, it's still a high five. Okay. What's your marching order? Who's out front?
Me.
Yep.
Sigrun.
Sigrun behind you.
After that, I'll still be behind, I guess, with
You're at the back.
yeah.
Then it's
Okay.
Leyland,
And
then
then
it's Cal, then
Cal in the
it's...
middle.
Yep.
Okay. Heading down.
I
Perception
always
as you
knew
head
I
down.
hated
I love
Kale.
going first. This is going terribly. Perception of
I wanted to burn
17.
on the boat.
You wanted to burn your
17
kale?
This is a big
James.
kale.
17.
17. You're about probably about 100
Well,
meters
still
down the
plus 10
path
south.
so far, and you start hearing the sound of steel wheels, like coming up, and you see the glint of of a lamp light coming up around the corner of the cave. It's sort of sweeping around to the left.
I'll whisper back to Sigrun, someone's coming to pass up the chain.
Yep.
Sigrun will whisper back to Leyland.
As subtle as she is. What's your plan? Because let's face it, stealthing might be a little bit difficult at this point.
Murder. The plan is always murder.
Darkness? I mean, none of us can see. They might think the lights... No, they won't think lights just come out. They have their own lights. Doesn't work at all.
I think their own lights went out.
Oh, yeah.
And then we could kill them.
In the dark. Hannah can... Oh, wait, no. You won't be able to see if I cast darkness.
I'm going to see through my darkness.
Yes.
Or we could just cut out the middleman. By
Mhm.
cut out the middleman, I mean cut.
Well,
Isn't the middleman Kale currently? He's the one right in the middle, right?
given Puppet's intelligence levels,
Yep.
he's just going to wildly cast darkness.
Sure. Because he's seen Hana do it every other time.
Yeah. He sees
Alright.
people coming, he casts darkness.
Cool.
I've now spent 4 key.
Cost you a key to do that. Okay. So there is
2 key.
a ball of darkness in the middle of this thing. The
We bump into each other.
well, what are you doing? Are you going to stand within it, stand behind it, go ahead of it, do a jig? 20 feet, isn't it?
60 feet.
I
Oh,
gotta-
15-foot radius sphere.
I gotta get there's
So
a
30 feet.
warlock invocation where you can just see through magical darkness. Considering how this has played out over and over again, it seems like I should get that next time.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Because it's every fucking game with you people.
Whoa,
It
you
is
people.
a wall of
You,
darkness.
you drow people.
Sir, I find your tone to be displeasing.
Okay, so plan.
That
wasn't the
plan. I just...
Okay, so you reflect. Okay, you cast darkness just ahead of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Up at where they're coming
Which
from.
essentially like blocks out. You see darkness beyond
Yeah.
beyond there.
Well, I can see because I cast it. Is that how it
I think it's
works?
specifically something that you can see through.
It says
your
you can see your own darkness.
Sure.
So I think, do you have the drow one floating around there?
That's a specific drow ability, though, isn't it?
Might be. Darkness.
Mine doesn't say I can see. So I can't see either.
Okay. You go basically have pitch darkness ahead of you. You hear the screeching of steel on steel getting closer and closer, but you don't see that lamplight anymore. You just hear these two chattering,
Maybe I was wrong.
chattering between. I think it's something specific on drow that's got it. But anyway, we'll check
This
it out
is a
later.
drow thing here. I thought I saw something here.
You hear the two chattering together, basically just talking about their day and bits and pieces as they're pushing the cart up, and then all of a sudden they get to a point and they're like one of them's like, "What happened to the lamp?" And you hear the screeching stops, and he sort of wanders around to the front, and is like just like you hear him sort of like tapping around the cart and
I'm just going to shrug
Grab
at the
it.
others because I have no idea what I'm doing.
goes to grab the lamp. And says, still going. What's going on?
How many voices do we hear?
I don't think I can.
Gonna ready Roderick.
And these guys, Drake, just keep pushing that card up, and we'll see. We'll see if we get past whatever this weirdness
I'm
is.
preparing for a surprise round as soon as they pop out of the darkness.
After you hear the sort of the screeching start up again, and then all of a sudden, just like the front end of the cart pops out, and
Oh, bugger.
the light fills.
Well, now we can
fills the room.
surprise them.
And then the rest of the cart basically just starts coming out of this black void, and then you just see like a pair of hands at the edge of the cart pushing along.
As soon as I see the hands, I will unload.
All right, so we'll go around the table. Let's see, since you claimed it first.
Yeah,
I can't see anything in darkness that says I can see through it, actually. I could have sworn I read something somewhere.
We'll
Might
check
be
that
in
later.
the manual.
I'll unload at the hands.
Yep.
Or where the hands are connected to.
The knee bones. I know the song.
It's called...
Does a 14 hit?
It does. Wait a second. I'm looking at the wrong one. Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's 2 hits.
All right.
7 and 10, 17, 27 damage.
Okay, so you hear those two Eldritch blasts sort of disappear into the void. You just hear, fuck, fuck,
Nice.
and this collapse. And you hear these other voices like, "What the hell, man? Keep pushing! Fuck's sake, get up!" And you hear this boot as the guys is like kicked his mate that's on the ground.
I can't. Can I see? I can't see that guy.
If you want to, because you fired at the hands.
I fired at the hands.
You can't see the other. You
hands
can't
are
see the
coming
other
to
set
the
of
same.
hands. But if you want to fire blind, essentially,
Yeah,
with disadvantage.
far blind. 19.
19. That'll hit.
Would this count as a surprise?
This guy's gonna be fucking surprised.
Yeah, this is pretty surprising.
That's exciting. 10, 17, 27,
You probably stop counting that. Though.
37,
Anyway, yes.
39,
Again, you see this sort of wet slump,
45.
and then then the lamplight just starts to retreat back into the,
Oh god, it's
And then funk as it hits the corpse.
and then you hear the sort of sound of like a body sort of just getting pushed aside, and this cart starts.
Oh, it's gonna start graining down.
Depends what you're gonna do.
Stop the car.
Chase after the car. Chase after the car. Chase after the car.
All right, so you go into the blind space that you've created.
Yeah.
And let's go for a athletics check with disadvantage because you're doing it blind.
Well, it's only up to 10 minutes, so I can dismiss the darkness, I assume.
Well,
You can,
you
yeah.
can actually just do that if you like, but you haven't said that so far.
Well, yeah, no, we've had the 2 thunks of the people dying.
Okay, so you drop the darkness, and you can see basically these 2 bodies as being pushed out of the road by a fairly heavy cart.
Start
so-
chasing the cart and Tony
Yep.
Sigrin along with me, because she's strong.
All right, so the 2 of you running alongside it.
Yes.
Yeah, go for athletics.
Okay. Hoppet's athletics is a 4. Oh no, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I can roll a 1. I can re-roll a
you
1.
roll a 1, and then you get advantage because Sigrid's assisting.
Oh, that was still a 1. Advantage is a 19.
Okay, so the 2 of you basically manage to grab hold of it before it starts getting any decent pace and
Yes.
stop it from
Yes.
rolling back down the hill. But I think, honestly, at this point here, we could probably pause
Yeah.
the game.
For-
We have a cart. We have
Months.
some more corpses.
Yeah, be a month or so before we resume this, but
2 months.
2 months away.